What's goody? What's good, everybody? We finally back after almost a year away. Not for the YouTube channel. Obviously, those watching this VOD on YouTube. I mean, I've been kind of doing some videos here and there. But for Twitch, it has been a long time coming. I see Fireblast. What's good, Fireblast? FB, the man behind the DC Twitter. George is back. What's good, Alex? George is back. He's back. Falls Georgia. My bad. Flameser, the #1 supporter for everybody, bro. Flameser everywhere, bro. I appreciate you coming out. I appreciate everybody coming through. Yo, what's good? What's good? We back with some great Ace Attorney 2. We starting case 2. I heard from reliable sources that this game is even crazier than Great Ace Attorney 1. So I cannot wait. But I cannot wait to see. Oh shit! I appreciate the shout out on Twitter. Thank you. Oh shit! I appreciate the shout out, FB, the like and retweets. Shout outs to the DC podcast Twitter. Also, Derail Reynolds Jr., aka Debo, aka the smut god himself, bro. The god of Call of Duty. He will be making his return today at 5 p.m. my time, PT, 8 p.m. ET. Bro, check him out, bro. That man is close to 500 followers on Twitch. Jesus Christ. That dude gonna be huge, bro. Check out his YouTube, check out his Twitch. He has amazing music. I think they're gonna be playing Mario Kart. I think that's what they normally play on Mondays. So please check that out. Also, the Disrespected podcast VOD is now up on YouTube. I know we were kind of slow on that, but we are up to date on all the episodes. Check that out. All right, let me go ahead and switch to the live scene. Hey, what's good, everybody? It's great to be back. Let me see my bit rate. Seems okay. My apologies, bro. I have Spectrum. That shit ass. Oh, what's good, Rob? Lenny, aka Lenny, he will be joining us in LA. Number 69. 69. What a great number to end it on, bro. If we somehow were like, you know what, we're done, we're never gonna have a DC podcast ever again, bro, let it be 69, bro. Lenny the GOAT. Pax, bro. I still remember all the videos Lenny made for us with the Ace Attorney .io thing. That shit was hilarious. I'm trying so hard to instigate more arguments, Lenny, so you can make more videos. Nah. But the videos are great, bro. Alright. Let me go ahead and professionally lower the music. Ah, man, this ending thing is so great from the first game. Ah, makes my dick rock hard, bro. My dick was in space. It's really easy to start more arguments. Ah, yes, all 3 of them. I'm saying, bro, I'm trying my best. It's up there. Yes, it is. I'll hit you up, George, the day it happens. Woo! Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Load game, I would imagine. Yep, Great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve. Episode 2. The Memoirs of the Clouded Kokoro. Oh man, I missed this game, bro. It's been so long, bro. Yes, let's start playing. Oh, let me get the cursor out the way. Memoirs of the Clouded Kokoro. It was a ghastly tale of a winter's night, one of an invisible killer and a crime perpetuated on the pavement. As the victim lay at death's door, the mystery of just who stabbed the young lady from behind had been resolved. Oh, that's from the first game. But no sooner had my friend saved the Eastern exchange student from his heroin flight, then, in the dim, flickering shadows of gaslight, did the second bizarre crime rend the stillness of that very night. Oh shit, a second. Oh shit, cuz! I dare say most can still recall the sensational headlines of the day. Haunted apartment of death. The condemned criminal's curse, the dread demon of coal gas. Yet, though the great detective had once discerned the truth upon his arrival at the scene, it only proved to be the overture that announced the rising of the curtain on a most tragic play. Interesting. Rob said, also, hey Alex, did you get the GPU yet? Alex said, not yet, still saving up, I just got a job though. Hey, congrats, bro. That's awesome. I'm gonna need to get a GPU, bro. I'm kind of waiting for the 4000 series to come out, so hopefully, I know like they've been kind of popping up here and there lately. I kind of want to see what the bro. You always look at the latest and greatest. The 4000 series, I cannot wait to see what they do, bro. My name is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I'm a fledgling lawyer just starting out on my journey. 6 months ago, I arrived as a visiting student of law. Having made the long voyage across the sea from the Empire of Japan to here, London, England. Good luck getting that GPU. I recently got a 3070 Ti. Oh yeah, you did. Jay says he could hook me up with the 3070 Ti or 3080 Ti for 700. Really? Damn. Jay never hooks us up, bro. He expects us to hook him up, bro, with the homie discounts, bro. And on the way, in quite extraordinary circumstances, I made the acquaintance of a world-famous detective. Ah, shit. Currently, I reside in the attic of the detective's own lodgings, from where I run my legal consultancy of sorts. It's been a long time since I've read, bro. I've successfully defended a number of clients in Britain's highest court, the Old Bailey. But since a particularly grueling and unforgettable legal battle 4 months ago now, I haven't returned to the courtroom. In truth, I lost my right to return. But that epic trial was just one small part of an epic tale, a tale which was now about to awaken from slumber, thanks to a letter that arrived this morning from my homeland. He do be getting a lot of them. Rumble. William hooked me up with some RAM. Oh yeah, I saw that. That's dope. How much RAM did you get, FB? What a delicious smell wafting up the stairs. It must be nearly time for breakfast. I better go down to Mr. Sholmes' suite. Oh, I forgot, bro. It's Herlock Sholmes, bro. And say good morning to the great detective and his flatmate. 32 gigs? Oh, nice. Awesome. The 30th of August, 7:28 a.m. Sholmes' suite. Aw, shit, Iris. Ah, Runo, good. I was just about to call up to you. The bacon's ready. Good morning, Iris. It smells delicious as usual. Oh, shit. Damn, bro. What's up? Not another word, Mr. Naruhodo. This could be just the abstruse thing for my pre-breakfast stagnation, repelling mental stimulation, my dear fellow. Morning to you too, Mr. Sholmes. Ah, yes, I see. Damn, bro, chill. This man up in my face, bro. What the fuck? You better step back. I'm about to knock out the great Herlock Sholmes. Ah, yes, I see. So that's it. The truth is as clear to me as day. My faculties of observation have revealed it again. What are you talking about? You, Mr. Naruhodo. You have this very morning met with a surprise. Well, is that not the case? Really, my dear fellow, it barely warrants explanation. Firstly, your hair is particularly unkempt, somewhat reminiscent of a bird's nest. That's fucked up. Secondly, you have neglected to fasten the third button of your jacket. Clearly, when considered together, these two facts point to you having been flustered this morning. He should hook me up with a GPU. Can I talk now? But of course. Though I don't look for admiration, you understand. My hair's always looked like this. It's been this way since I first met you. Oh, it has? And the button was ripped off last night, if you remember, by you. Hurley pulled your button off? Ah, yes. I recall the incident now. It was after supper, was it not? As the evening advanced, I picked up my violin and began to play the wailing notes of a haunting tune. But then, my utter dismay, the third string snapped. Why did it have to happen? Why? Little wonder, then, that in my vexation I grabbed the first button I saw and ripped it from his proper... This man has anger issues, bro? Well, I'd like it back now, please. It's troubling me that I can't fasten my jacket. And it's troubling me that you expect me to know where it is. Somewhere thereabouts on the floor, one presumes. Helpful. God, this theme is so fucking good, bro. My fucking dick, bro. Oh my god. Hey George, you put your emote wrong. It's hard to read. What the hell? Why is it backwards? It never used to be backwards. The hell? Hold on. Alex, don't lie to me, bro. How did you do that? Objection, hearsay. It was that shit was hearsay. Something about muffins, bro. That fucking trial. It was a prank. You got me, bro. I thought for sure. I haven't. That's how you know I haven't streamed in a long time, bro. I thought like Twitch had like some weird fuck up, bro, that I have not noticed. I thought for sure like Twitch was fucking with me, bro. What matters at the present time, my dear fellow, is simply whether or not my deduction was unerring. But Hurley, Runo's said it when he came in, didn't he? I had a surprise this morning. Well, that really is a surprise. This fucking idiot, bro. Yes, this man is the pride of the British Empire. Is that hydrate, bro? FB, you thought I wasn't ready, bro? I have it right here. I'm not like Jay, bro. Goddamn, Alex, Jesus. He wasn't ready. Haha. I appreciate the hydrates, bro. Oh yeah, Flameser, bro. Is Herlock Sholmes the pride and joy of the British Empire, bro? I need to know. The famous consulting detective, Mr. Herlock Sholmes. There can't be a single person in the world who doesn't know his name. Alright then, enough of this silly conversation. Come and eat this bacon before it goes cold. And I have a new herbal tea for you to try too, my latest special blend. And here we have Iris Wilson, Mr. Sholmes' lodger and companion. A truly exceptional young girl who's the author of a highly successful serialization here in London. Yes, The Adventures of Herlock Sholmes, as published in Rant's magazine. So, Mr. Naruhodo, won't you put us out of our misery? What surprised you this fine morning? Well, I received a letter from Japan. Oh, from Susie, you mean? Was it? Really? That's right, and she had some rather startling news, in fact. Ah, intriguing indeed. You must tell us all about it over breakfast. Oh, yes, what fun. Oh, shit. I still have my armband, bro? Oh, Mr. Sholmes, about this. Shh. Not another word. Ah, yes. I see. This would be a collar for a breed of miniature canine with a particularly long neck, and for winter use. Actually, it's the armband I always wear that symbolizes my role as a defense lawyer. Precisely. Which leads us to but one conclusion. Your arm is, in fact, the particularly long neck of a miniature canine. I'm starting to wish I'd never shown him this now. The man is barking mad. The letter. Miss Susuto's letter. This is the letter that arrived from Japan this morning by international post. Oh, how lovely. Look at Susie's beautiful writing. I wish I could read it. And how is your judicial assistant faring, may I ask? She's very well, thank you. In fact, according to what she's written, she's actually appeared as a lawyer at the Japanese Supreme Court and won the case. She sure did. Ah, really? Oh, isn't she wonderful? A cut above your good self, my dear fellow. I've won cases too, you know. Apparently, Mr. Natsumi appeared in the trial as a witness. Natsumi. No, I don't recall that name. Of course you do. We helped the man. Twice. You know, in those 2 cases that took place on Briar Road 6 months ago. Ah, the mustached twitchy man with the somewhat feline eyes and the mustache. He didn't have 2 mustaches, Hurley. Yes, who could forget those 2 cases? They made a very deep impression on me. Although I must confess the details are a little hazy now. A very deep impression they made on you, clearly. So, what was the startling news penned by Miss Susato? Or Susato? Do you remember the case of the haunted lodgings, Mr. Sholmes? Ah, yes. It's very interesting, you know. I don't feel entirely uncertain that a case of that nature did not occur. He's totally forgotten then. Anyway, in her letter, Miss Susato asked that we read over her case notes again and investigate further. Though it took place half a year ago, for what purpose? Because of something that Mr. Natsumi said to her, apparently. He suggested that the real reason why she was called back to Japan so suddenly might have something to do with the case of the haunted lodgings. Oh? On Mr. Natsumi's return to Japan, Miss Susato's father questioned him about the case, she says. And something Mr. Natsumi had appeared to trouble Professor Mikotoba, prompting him to send that telegram. Oh, that case. Yes. It was very strange, wasn't it? Yes. And I had compiled the whole story into a nice, neat manuscript, ready for publication, too. But then Hurley here was all funny about it, remember? He was very mean. That's usually how he is. That story must not be published, you said. Very mysteriously as well. Really? I said that? Are you sure? Do you perhaps know something about it as well, Mr. Sholmes? About why Miss Susato was suddenly told 4 months ago she had to return to Japan? It's been 4 months now since we waved Susie off at Dover. It was such a shock, wasn't it? The way she just suddenly announced that she had to go back to Japan. Indeed it was. Due to a telegram she received from her homeland, I believe. That's right. Telling her to return urgently. Yes, because her father had passed away. No. It just said that... It just said that he was suffering from a high fever. The cause of which was unknown. He's not dead. But according to this letter, the news about her father's fever was just a ruse. A ruse? I had a feeling, bro. Because that seemed so sudden back in the first game. So Susie's daddy lied to her to make sure that she'd make the voyage back home. Why would he do that? I have to admit, I have absolutely no idea. But she believes it's almost certainly related to the case of the haunted lodgings. Summoning her back to Japan so suddenly like that. I wonder what Mr. Susato's father is hiding. Interesting. Hurley, do you know what it's all about? This man got dressed so fast, bro. Ah, well, who can say? What? But you said... Please, I have engagements, my dear fellow. My calendar is quite surprisingly full today. And a stringent analysis of the matter would be excessive, I feel, even if I were quite at leisure. So, man the fort in my absence, won't you, Iris? I will, Hurley, don't worry. See you later. This man left in a hurry. He scuttled off rather quickly there. I think perhaps Professor Mikotoba isn't the only person hiding something here. Soseki-san was involved in 2 cases, but only one of them was forbidden from being published. By, of all people, Mr. Sholmes. Aha! I found them at last. Iris, sir, are they... The notes about the case? That's right. Susie and I compiled them together. The case of the haunted lodgings. Do you want to read them, Runo? Absolutely. Thank you, Iris. I have no idea what secrets could still be hiding in the shadows of this case, but perhaps if I read over the notes again, something might come to light. That's the spirit. Ah, this theme is so good too. And so, Iris and I decided to read over the case notes again together. Everything from what happened to our investigation and that fierce battle in court that followed. Reliving every detail. I just need to find a clue, and I have all the time in the world. Because, of course, I'm no longer allowed to practice law in the courts of Great Britain. It was 6 months ago, a mysterious incident that unfolded on the wintry streets of London. This is dope. Bro, I'm falling in love with this game all over again, bro. A young woman was found lying on the snowy pavement of Briar Road with a knife in her back. Fortunately, her life was spared, but she was unconscious for several days following the incident. Fog was thick and nobody saw her attacker, but by a cruel twist of fate, a visiting Japanese student was walking behind her at the time and was duly arrested. Oh yeah, Soseki Natsumi. That man was Soseki-san, and the man who effected his arrest was Mr. Sholmes. Oh shit, what's goody? Huh? What's up, D-Rail? Debo! Oh, what's good, Richard? Let's go! Fuck, the world ends with you! What's up, everybody? Appreciate y'all coming through. I made it! Oh yeah, D-Rail, I was telling him, you're gonna have your return later tonight, bro. Facts, fuck the world ends with you. I'm at work, so I'll have to check out the VOD. Oh, for sure, bro. D-Rail is having his return tonight at 5 p.m. PT, 8 p.m. ET. You gonna be playing Mario Kart, right, D-Rail? Yes, sir. Okay. Thank God, bro, because I said you were playing Mario Kart earlier, bro. I did not want to be a liar. That's dope. So if y'all want to play Mario Kart, MK Mondays are back. Yeah, we want to play Mario Kart? That is the place. Believing in our compatriots' innocence, Susato-san and I decided to represent Soseki-san in court. And after a grueling trial of many twists and turns, we finally managed to prove his innocence. Mario Kart Monday are always good on Mondays. Joyful, joyous, jubilant jubilation was the man's reaction after the trial, but his jubilant jubilation was short-lived. We received a telegram from Mr. Sholmes the following morning. The victim of the Briar Road stabbing has regained consciousness. Hurry to Bart's at once. So Susato-san and I summoned a handsome, what the hell is that? And headed immediately to the hospital. 21st of February, 5:30 a.m., St. Bartholomew's Hospital. Recovery ward. There's just a rat in the corner, bro. There you are at last. Good morning, Mr. Sholmes. I think not. Oh. You're late! What on earth took you so long? Your telegram only arrived at 5 o'clock, Mr. Sholmes, and it's a 20-minute ride to the hospital. That's right, and it's 5:30 now. I think we made very good time. The time is utterly irrelevant. The fact is, I have been waiting for what has felt like an eternity. In point of fact, I myself was awoken at 4 this morning by a telegram boy. And feeling it was somewhat unjust that I alone had been roused at such an hour, I sent one to you. Well, thanks for that. Like, if I gotta suffer, you gotta suffer, bro? Anyway, you're here now. So, the victim is over there. She's only just regained consciousness. Oh, that was the chick from the case 4 in the first game. You should introduce yourselves. I shall observe from here. So that's the lady who was found on the snow-covered pavement with a knife in her back. Her name is... Ah, yes. Here we are, Miss Green. Anything to examine? Look, there's a photograph in this frame here. Oh, yes, it's a picture of a young gentleman. He looks to be about the same age as Miss Green, I would say. Perhaps the young woman's special someone, do you think? My, Mr. Naruhodo, I didn't know you had a sense for matters of the heart. Not in the least. Damn! Not in the least. I sincerely said the first thing I thought of. This rounded wooded figure isn't the most charming, is it? I don't think that's a decoration, Mr. Naruhodo. It's an artist's mannequin, I believe, used when practicing sketching the human form in different poses. Really? It's not exactly what you'd call a typical figure for that purpose, though, is it? No, I suppose not. I confess I've never seen one quite so full-figured before. Damn! The fat shaming, bro? Well, if you want to draw a full-figured person, it's the right tool for the job. This looks like the patient's treatment notes. Let's see. Do not feed. Damn! That's fucked up. What is this place, a zoo? You know, I seem to remember seeing an almost identical sign in our local park. For the pigeons, yeah. This is a person. Poor woman. I hope she hasn't read this. Damn, bro. Imagine, like, yeah, this person... They weigh too much, bro. We cannot feed them anymore. Jesus Christ. Oh, I forgot to give the disclaimers. My bad. Bro, that's how you know it's been so long, bro. I forgot to give the disclaimers at the beginning of the stream. This game takes place in the late 1800s, late 1800s, early 1900s. So you can use your own imaginations as to, you know, what kind of some shit was going on back then. This takes place in Great Britain. There was, you know, a lot of isms, you know what I'm saying? Sexism, racism, stuff like that. Not that the game is entirely that, it's just that it has some of those themes. So anybody watching this on YouTube, I'm sorry. I didn't make this game. But, I'm just putting that out there. Good morning. Hello, I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo from the Empire of Japan. Oh no! Was it your knife that... Are you the man who... No. I'm a lawyer. Why would I show up to the hospital, bro? And I'm Susato Mikatoba. Pleased to meet you. Oh no! Was it your knife then? Are you the one? Damn! But then again, she just got stabbed, so the paranoia makes sense. No, I assure you, I'm Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant. We heard that you regained consciousness and wanted to come and give you our best wishes. Best wishes? For me? Thank you. I'm Olive. Olive Green? Really? Come on. It is definitely Ace Attorney. It definitely has, the pun names. I'm Olive Green. I'm an artist. Well, no, that's not right, is it? What I mean is, I'm trying to be an artist. Nice name there. Well, what I really mean is, I desperately want to be an artist. I mean, that kind of makes sense. See a lot of, like, I see the easel in the background. But the truth is, I don't have any talent. I know I don't. It's no wonder I was stabbed in the back. Damn! What? I don't think that's related, actually. Jesus Christ, bro. That's fucked up. Gosh, this young woman seems to bend over backwards to put herself down. Seeing as we're here, we should ask her about what happened from her perspective. It don't beat, Dixon's... It don't beat Dixon Cider. But that was pretty alright. Fucking derail, bro. I could just imagine someone actually had that name, bro, and they're in school. They're doing roll call, bro. They're like, so we have, Charles Brown, Dixon Cider. Is Dixon Cider here? Raise your hand. Fucking derail, bro. About the incident. To suddenly be struck in the back by a blade. Oh my god, I want to be there when it happens, cause it will. To suddenly be struck in the back by a blade as you were walking along the pavement. What a terrible experience you had, Miss Green. It was so cold that day, and the fog was so thick, I couldn't see a thing. I just noticed she has paintbrushes in her front pockets. That was 4 days ago now, I think. Is that right? Yes, that's right. I'm afraid you've been comatose all that time. But the case has been solved, hasn't it? While I've been here in the hospital. In hospital, I mean. This man. Indeed it has, my dear madam. Spectacularly by none other than I, Herlock Sholmes. Mr. Sholmes, as you well know, it was Mr. Naruhodo's hard work in court that solved the case. Are you yet to hear what happened, Miss Green? Yes, I'm afraid so. A gentleman from the police force is supposed to be coming to fill me in shortly. Oh, I see. Me coming round seems to have made everyone frantically busy. I'm so sorry, I should never have regained consciousness. Damn! Whoa! It was selfish. I can't even imagine somebody, like, getting mad at someone. Like, how dare you regain consciousness, okay? Do you know how much of a pickle you put us in? Jesus Christ, bro. That's fine. Hey, bro. As a lot of people well know, you know, I talk a lot of shit about myself. I put myself down a lot. But this is OD, bro. This is on another level. Jesus Christ. Oh no, we're also relieved that you're on the mend, Miss Green. Really, we are. With that kind of attitude, maybe her surname should be Blue, not Green. Olive Blue? Who did she blow? So you're an artist, are you, Miss Green? Oh no! Oh, I couldn't possibly claim that. I'm a fledgling artist at best. Drop the host? I appreciate you. I wonder why hosts are not working. Guess notifications are off? Hold on, let me see. That's weird. Notifications should be on. Oh, that's... what? I should have tested this before I went live. Hold on. My bad, y'all. The hell? Again, another instance as to as that I haven't been streaming, bro. Alert box. Copy. Twitch trash now? What's good though, Prez? Appreciate you coming through. Twitch disabled them. Still waiting for them. Oh, they turned them off? What? Are you serious, Alex? Prez the GOAT. I'm dead serious? What the fuck? That's so stupid. Why would they turn them off? That's really dumb. So like if people like want to give like donations and stuff, like people don't even get alerts anymore? Hold on. Have a great stream, hermano. I appreciate you, bro. Her gets hella busy. Oh, I bet, bro. Especially from the stuff. No, hosts are the ones that disable. Alerts are still on. Oh! Really? Okay. Well, that makes no sense. I'm gonna shout out Prez real quick. Shout outs to my hermano. Oh, let me go ahead and... Man, I've been slacking, bro. Let me go ahead and shout out D-Rail too, bro. And let me go ahead and shout out Alex. That's so dumb. I didn't even know that. Damn. Well, hopefully, much love, man. I mean, hopefully they bring him back, bro. I mean, I'm a student of art, really, at the Thorndike Academy of Fine Arts. Is that an actual location? I kind of want to know. Thorndike Academy of Fine Arts. I don't think so. Oh my. Oh my. An Academy of Fine Arts. Great Britain is such a wonderful country. Oh shit. Let me look at my history. Tell me, Miss Green, do you live hereabouts? Okay. Oh, no, actually. I don't deserve it, but I have a little... Jesus. Wonderful country, lol, yeah. How's this stable? Oh, that's just the one, okay. Oh no! Oh, I forgot. What did I see, how very interesting. Okay. Oh no! Is it? This Brixton is some 10 stops away from... Brixton is some 10 stops away on the underground from here. And Thorndike Academy is a mere 3-minute walk from Brixton town center. Does that matter, Mr. Sholmes? Perhaps not, but Briar Road is a far less salubrious part of town by comparison, dwelt in by those of inferior means. Damn! Including the maleficent Mr. Mustache. Inferior means. I suppose Saseki-san does fit the... Damn! They're talking about... Brixton is a real place, by the way. Oh, okay. Is it as nice as they're saying here, bro? Or what was it nice back in the day, bro? It struck me as somewhat out of the ordinary for a young fine arts student to be walking in such a district. Hell no. Hell no. Like, fuck no, bro. I wonder if that equivalent is me saying, like, East LA. Like, somebody asking me, hey, bro, is East LA nice, bro? Like, hell no. Maybe back in the day, but not now, bro. That's all. What's this? She suddenly clammed up. Mr. Sholmes, you should be ashamed of yourself, prying into a young maiden's private affairs. Oh, dear me, do forgive me. South London always has been on fuckery, on some fuckery, bro. Damn. That's wild. If you don't mind, I'm being discharged shortly, so I need to pack up my things. Oh, yes, of course. We won't keep you. Thank you so much, Miss Green. Is there a Mr. Narrowfart? What? His name is Mr. Is there a Mr. Narrowfart here? Mr. Narrowfart? Narrowfart? Damn. Well, if you're looking for Naruhodo, the lawyer, that's me, but the disrespect, bro. Ah, Mr. Narrowfart. Good. This is for you. It's a message from Mr. Saucy Nuts. This is, bro, this is kind of racist, bro. That is in no way fucking Soseki's name is pronounced, bro. This is kind of racist. Jesus Christ. It's a message from a Mr. Saucy Nutsmeg. Natsumi? Send a message to me? But why would a policeman be delivering a message from Mr. Natsumi? Exactly, what's going on? What's a Scotland Yard constable doing playing delivery boy at this time in the morning? What are you waiting for? Let me see that. Oh. Well, this is most unexpected. Is something wrong, Mr. Sholmes? Is something wrong, Mr. Sholmes? He says. Have you not seen this note? No, how could I have? It would seem that London's criminals have no intention of letting the great detective rest. A new case calls. A case of murder, no less. We must depart at once. Ooh. Murder? Dun, 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 dun. Call a cab, but time is of the essence. But the trouble is, we've yet to read Mr. Natsumi's note. I was thinking we ought to pay him a visit in his lodgings once we did. That will be entirely inconvenient. Convenient? What do you mean? It's all here in the note, my dear fellows. The murder we must investigate took place at Mr. Mustache's lodgings. Wait, what? This man got into trouble again? I'll hail a fiacre? At once. I apologize, I'm dumb. It was only yesterday that Soseki-san was in court and we were dispelling doubts about his innocence. And now, the very next day, there's a murder at the man's own address? He may very well be the unluckiest man alive. Or so it seemed to us at the time, but we were soon to discover it was worse than we thought. The 21st of February, 7:18 a.m., Mr. Natsumi's lodgings, ground floor. Oh! What? Yo, that's kind of a weird image to just spring in front of my face right now. Who is this? What on earth? Oh my! The gentleman is deceased without question. He's dead! It looked like he was... There's a cup on the table. He has a fork in his hand. Maybe he ate something and it was like poisoned or some shit? Welcome, student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. Mr. Natsumi. Oh, why? Why is this happening? Why to me? I've only just got out of court yesterday. I was finally home after 2 days of misery. And then I wake up the next day to this? No early bird should catch a worm like this. Woeful worm without wiggle. I see you're in high spirits again this morning, Mr. Mustache. Not the horrible Herlock Sholmes. Shut up, show yourself to the door. I never invited you. Mr. Sholmes came here with us. I'm quite sure he'll be able to help you, Mr. Natsumi. I'm entirely at your disposal, Mr. Mustache. What can I do for you? Ugh. This man trying to go... Oh, shit, Gregson? I was wondering when we'd see him again. Here they are. Alrighty. The busybodies. Ah, Inspector Gregson. What a pleasant surprise. With his fish and chips, bro. In the newspaper, bro. That shit must have been hella unhealthy. Pleasant, is it? Gives me heartburn every time I see your face at a crime scene, Sholmes. I deduce, Inspector, that your heartburn is a result of your excessive consumption of fried food. Good morning, Inspector. This is a crime scene. Don't you go touching anything. Or good morning to you too, Sunshine. I guess I'll talk to Gregson first. So, Inspector, what was the victim's name? Who was he? Mr. William Shamspear? Come on, man. William Shamspear? He was a lodger here. As you can probably tell, he was an actor. A bit of a dead loss, as it happens, or just dead. I mean, that's kind of inappropriate, Gregson, but okay. Mr. Shamspear. It was the landlord, old Garadeb, and the other lodger, Mr. Natsumi, who found him. The fella didn't rise at his usual hour, so Garadeb got word and kicked the door down. But doesn't Mr. Garadeb have a bad leg? Oh yeah, you're right there. It was that jittery Japanese hunchback over there. Damn! Damn, bro, the racism? Who actually did the kicking? Really? Soseki-san? The victim was pretty hard up, it seems. Even done some time inside for petty crimes. Oh, okay. He had no money. That's obvious. No place to go and no friends. Jeez, damn. That's a sad life. His only acquaintances were people in this house. Miserable life, and a miserable end to it. So, what exactly is Mr. Natsumi still doing here? He's not involved in the investigation, so shouldn't you have sent him away from the crime scene? Well, I'm not saying it's because the fella looks odd or anything, or that he acts suspicious, but I thought it'd be prudent to take a statement from the culprit. I mean, cohabiter. Ah, shit. They're looking at Natsumi as a criminal again. You nearly said culprit there, didn't you? Oh dear. Mr. Natsumi appears to be under suspicion again. It certainly seems that way. He does just come across as such an odd fellow, doesn't he? Poor man. How unfortunate. He's right there. Anyway, I can't say much until the coroner gets here. But I don't think the fella's been gone that long. The body's still warm. Even if the inspector would allow it, I don't think I could bring myself to touch a dead body. Let's talk to Natsumi. What a terrible thing to have happened. It's only been 3 days since I was arrested for the incident on the pavement outside. And then, having finally regained my freedom, it starts happening all over again. Endless existence of excruciating experiences. So the victim lived here on the ground floor, and your room is just 1 story up, isn't it? Yes, that's right. In a way, we were neighbors, I suppose. So did you know the victim? Were you friends? What's the matter with Soseki-san now? It was an innocent enough question, wasn't it? Why does he seem so shaken up about it? Well, I suppose he wasn't a complete stranger. But did he ever invite me into his room? No, never! On my honor, I swear it! What an extreme reaction. Shoutouts to the people watching. Appreciate y'all coming through. You're probably wishing you'd never asked now, aren't you, Mr. Naruhodo? When we found him here, I felt wretched, which is why I sent word asking you to come. Through that inspector over there. What the? What is this man doing? Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing? Ah, you need only observe to know it, my dear fellow. Investigating, naturally. There's nothing natural about that pose. Mr. Sholmes, have you made some miraculous discovery? Patience, my dear madam, patience. We've not been in here in this room 5 minutes. So far, all I've managed to deduce is what actually happened. My goodness! But isn't that everything we need to know, Mr. Sholmes? Now that you propose the idea, I believe one could indeed see it that way. At the present time, I have managed to draw 2 incontrovertible conclusions. The first, that there was a physical struggle here last night in which the victim fought for his life. Ah! This man knows something, bro. What the fuck did you do, Natsumi? Is there something that Mr. Sholmes said significant somehow? No, don't mind me. Forget I was here. Alright, bro. And my second conclusion is that there was a poison. I fucking knew it, bro. Anytime you see somebody sprawled out and they got some kind of like utensil near them, bro, it's usually poison. It's usually fucking poison, bro. Is that there was a poison lingering in the air here last night that passed the victim's lips. Nonsense! What do you know, sir? Alright, Mr. Natsumi, why are you reacting so extremely to Mr. Sholmes' deductions? No, please, pretend I'm not here. Invisible, ineffable, inscrutable, insignificant. Impossible to ignore. You must tell us everything, Mr. Sholmes. Spare no detail. But of course, let the theatrical tragedy before us be unraveled by my great deductions, presented for your pleasure in 2 acts. We've heard some truly astounding great deductions from Mr. Sholmes in the past. No doubt this will be no exception. What miracles will unfold before our eyes this time? So, my dear fellows, for your delight and wonder, let the curtain rise. For Herlock Sholmes' logic and reasoning spectacular. Act 1. Ah, shit. The game is afoot. Topic 1. Cause of death. Careful observation of the victim reveals to us the events that transpired in this disconsolate room last night. Foam at the mouth of the... Oh, damn, he does have foam at the mouth. Ugh. Foam at the mouth of the deceased clearly indicates the use of poison. The hell is that? What the... Bro, that looks like some, like, shitty soap. Like one of those shitty bars of soap. Next to the victim, we notice a large dining plate, which contains, you will observe, 1/2 of a sizable bar of soap. It is soap? Why the fuck was he eating soap? Damn, bro, he was down that bad, bro. He had to eat soap. Jesus Christ. Bro, when you're down that bad, like you can't even afford instant ramen, instant noodles, bro. What's your diet been lately? Oh, I've been, eating Irish Spring. I've been eating some Dove. Yo. Meaningful? Indubitably. Why is this soap set so purposefully upon the dish? Like the victim's last supper, in fact. Yes. Could it be that the man was about to eat it? Of course. The fork reveals the answer. It appears that the young man's appetite was his undoing, taking up arms in the form of his cutlery. The victim engaged in a deadly battle for his life. Yet the struggle against his hunger was in vain, for in the end, he couldn't resist devouring the slippery feast. But London's foul soap is besmirched by foul poison. Yes, the victim's life was claimed by poison that tainted the contents of the plate. I would say the cup. The soap and the lather about the young man's mouth are too perfectly matched to ignore. The cause of death was clearly intoxication due to excessive ingestion of foul soap. Though personally, I have a greater interest in the taste of foul candle wax, of course. Poisoning from soap ingestion. I don't think the soap killed him. I think it was whatever it was in his cup, bro. Suicide or murder? The cause of death identified, we proceed to Act 2, where we ponder the next question. Was this suicide or murder? The audience will recall that death occurred during the victim's last supper. Did the man dine and die alone? This single teacup suggests the answer. To draw a conclusion on such meager evidence would be foolish, however, certainly. The careful criminal would have absconded with his own cup to cover his tracks. Well, allow me to lift the veil of doubt, my dear fellow. Indeed, what reveals the answer, of course, is the broken lock. Though forced open, Now, at the time of the incident, this door was locked, and the sole key was in the victim's pocket. In other words, when the victim consumed the poison, he must have been alone. Alone with his inferior soap, from whence wafted an inferior scent. Meaning his shit was trash, and with that acrid aroma lingering in the air, the victim met his end, in tragic solitude. We can take comfort only in the fact that his soul was well cleansed on its way to the hereafter. No possible perpetrator present. Thus concludes the final act of Sherlock Sholmes' great deduction. There's just one thing, Mr. Sholmes. You are disposed to identifying just one thing, aren't you, Mr. Naruhodo? Pray, what concerns you? Well, no matter how hungry he was, do you really think the man would have eaten soap? It is quite apparent that this man had barely a penny to his name. It is a curious thing, but to one so destitute, so can suddenly appear quite irresistibly appetizing. How extraordinary. In truth, I have tried a little soap myself in the past. You've eaten it, you mean? My dear fellow, it was some time ago now. My postulation was that it would cleanse my gut. And did it? As I writhed in agony on the floor and split the contents of my stomach, yes, I believe it did. The experience taught me a valuable lesson. Soap is quite poisonous. It has an unpleasant taste and leads to great discomfort. In summary, I cannot recommend it. Believe me, I wouldn't eat it even if you did. There's something that troubles me as well, actually. What's that? It's Mr. Natsumi. Ah! I couldn't help noticing him shuddering and quivering out of the corner of my eye. Almost as if Mr. Sholmes' deductions touched a nerve somehow. Nonsense. Well, that clenched teeth episode didn't last. I think, judging by Mr. Natsumi's reaction, the great detective's deductions may need some gentle corrections in order to reach the actual truth. Yes, Mr. Sholmes' observations and deductions are sometimes a little too sharp. He has a tendency to hit the nail on the side of the head and drive it in at an obtuse angle. When he does that, it falls to us to straighten things out. Alright then, let's see what we can do. Yes, we must pick out the key words in Mr. Sholmes' quite brilliant deductions, and discreetly exchange them for something that makes a little more sense. If we can do that, I'm sure we'll arrive at what Mr. Sholmes meant to say in the first place. In that case, are you ready for the second performance of the day? Once again, my dear fellows, for your continued delight and wonder, let the curtain rise for Mr. Sholmes' Logic and Reasoning Spectacular Act 1. Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. Careful observation of the victim reveals to us the events. I read this already. Foam at the mouth. Right. Well, you can't deny that a fork implies that the man was eating something or was about to eat something. Yes, that's true. If I were to decide to eat some soap, I would prefer to use a fork than attempt it with a chopstick. And of course, only half of the bar of soap is left on the plate. But it might Might there not be some other explanation? Something material that proves that whether or not the man really ate some soap. The other piece. Oh, here's the other piece. Look, there's more soap on the floor here. Mr. Shamspear must really love that stuff. Let's not jump to conclusions, Mr. Naruhodo. Look closely at the soap. Do you see that it would fit together perfectly with the half bar on the table? How can that be? I think that they are two halves of the same bar that broke apart. That's a giant-ass bar of soap. Right? Ah, such a cool effect. Like, could it be that the man was about to eat it? Of course. The other piece of soap reveals the answer. It being the other half of the soap on the table. In short, the victim was not eating soap at all. But it's so obvious, really, for no depths of hunger could drive any man to attempt to eat soap. Even I, with my unquenchable thirst for practical knowledge, took only a single bite. But that begs the question of how the man was poisoned, because there's no sign of food on the table. An excellent observation, Mr. Naruhodo, and one that furnishes us with the answer we seek. For London's foul soap is besmirched by foul poison. Contents of the plate. Mr. Sholmes is still pushing the soap argument then. Perhaps he's suggesting the man licked the soap rather than ate it. If soap in London is that poisonous, I don't think I want to be washing my hands with it. But there are no signs of any food in this room at all. Of course, food isn't the only thing that passes through people's lips, is it? Yeah, it's the... whatever this is. Yes, a Western vessel for the serving of infusions of dried tea leaves. It's a teacup, Mr. Naruhodo, as you well know. Stop putting on airs. And it's empty. So we've already established that the victim wasn't eating soap when he died. However, there's significant evidence to suggest that he was drinking tea. My thoughts exactly. Yes, the victim's life was claimed by the poison that tainted the teacup. Indeed. Cups have been the vessel of choice for practicing poisoners over the centuries. And it would appear that this victim drank every last drop. There's no sign of food anywhere in the room. Which leads us to the immutable conclusion. The cause of death was clearly intoxication due to ingestion of poison contained in this teacup. I knew it. Poison in the tea. The cause of death identified, we proceed to Act 2, where we ponder the next question. Was this suicide or murder? The Western vessel for infused hot drinks again. It's already featured heavily in our deductions so far. Yes, we can imagine that shortly before his death, Mr. Shamspear was having a drink of tea. There would be nothing remarkable about that, but what troubles me is Mr. Natsumi's reaction when he heard Mr. Sholmes' suggested. There's more to this deduction than it seems. We must closely examine the scene of the crime again for some more clues. He has a teacup in his hand, bro. What the hell? How did you miss it? How did Sherlock Sholmes miss it, though? Did the man dine and die alone? This other teacup suggests the answer. Yes, there were two teacups in this room all along. In other words, this is a strong indication that at the victim's Last Supper, there was a guest present. At the very least, we can now say with certainty that somebody else was here in this room last night, taking tea with the victim. What are you talking about? Utterly unbelievable, unjustly unreasonable. To draw a conclusion on such meager evidence would be foolish, however, certainly. In which case, what more can we deduce about this possible guest at the table? Well, allow me to lift the veil of doubt, my dear fellow. Do you mean to say you know who exactly was in the room at the time of the victim's death? Indeed. What reveals the answer, of course, is the broken lock. I'm not sure I like where this deduction is going now. I'm afraid it's too late to go back to the halcyon days of eating too much soap. But the identity of the guest who was in here last night when the victim passed away is something I have a very bad feeling about. Yeah, it's not Sumi, bro. Well, you can try to ignore your feelings, but we cannot ignore the truth, Mr. Naruhodo. No, I suppose not. Time to look around again. Pile of books. At first glance, it seems that the only things in this room are the makeshift stage and costumes. I overlooked these 3 books initially. I wonder what they are. Let's see. The titles read, The Picture of Monsieur Lecoq, Canterbury Yearnings, and A Meal for Gabora? Wait, I'm sure I've heard those titles before. It could just be an incredible coincidence, but they're the exact same 3 books that Mr. Natsumi purchased the other day. What? Yes, on the day of the unfortunate incident when Miss Green was stabbed. Soseki-san had just been to a bookshop and bought them. That's right. And now those 3 titles are here in the room of the victim. Yet Mr. Natsumi claims never to have been here before. God damn it. What does this mean, you think? I really don't know what to make of it. Indeed. What reveals the answer, of course, is the pile of familiar books. Quite so. It's no mere coincidence that these 3 titles are here in this room. It's the link to the truth. Mr. Natsumi, you purchased these books 4 days ago at a second-hand bookshop. That's just a coincidence. In that case, you will be able to bring the same 3 titles from your own room, will you not? This very moment. God damn it, Soseki. No, never. Non-negotiable. If you can't bring your own copies here, it proves that these 3 books are, in fact, yours. Having purchased the books 4 days ago and returned to your lodgings, you were arrested the very next day. So you could conceivably have bought the books here on that evening, but you never mentioned that. In other words, you could only have brought these 3 books here to the victim's room. Oh, what the fuck? Last night, having returned to your lodgings after the trial concluded at the Old Bailey. In short, there is only one possible conclusion. The victim died here in his room last night as a result of poisoning. And that same night, the victim had a visitor. And that visitor was you, Mr. Soseki Natsumi. Thus concludes the final act of Herlock Sholmes' great deduction. Are we really doing this again, Natsumi? Soseki Natsumi at the scene. God damn it. This man about to get arrested. Elementary. Not again. Not again, not again. Not again! Well then, Mr. Natsumi. It would appear you're going to have to accompany me down to the yard. Again. But wait! Hold your horses. Yes. Door, key, locked. Entry, exit, entirely impossible. He's so flustered he's being even stranger than normal. What? You think that's an alibi? You could have just made a copy. What? You live in the same building after all. You'd have plenty of opportunity, I'm sure. But... Misery me? Sorry, sir. You'll get your chance to give your side of the story later. The facts speaks for themselves, Mr. Mustache. You horrible Herlock Sholmes! He really has found himself an arch rival now, hasn't he? Come on now, no dilly-dallying. Outside is a carriage waiting. Locum student, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. I never imagined I'd be in this position again, but... You have to help me, please! Please, I'm innocent. Alright, I understand. We'll come to your cell later and talk about it. And one more thing. Yeah? My poor little kitty cat. Please give him his breakfast for me. We really doing this again. And so, his evil curse still apparently unbroken. Soseki-san found himself once again the prime suspect in a case of murder. Jesus Christ. Thanks to the incriminating deduction of the great detective. My dear fellow, that honor belongs to you. It kind of does. We kind of put him in that situation, bro. We should have just lied. Well, at least that means Inspector Gregson is no longer here. We can examine the crime scene in more detail now. Yes, that's right. And of course... What? Have you forgotten what the inspector mentioned before? It was the landlord, Mr. Garadeb, who would discover Mr. Shamspear. Ah, Mr. John Garadeb, yes. I expect we could find him in his sitting room on the top floor as usual. Right. We must remember to go and talk to him later then. Alright. This is a gas wall light, isn't it? It must be connected to a gas pipe in the wall. Gas lights, a gas stove. London really is a city of gas. But now that I think about it, Mr. and Mrs. Garadeb had an open fire on the top floor, didn't they? Ah, yes, you're right. I don't recall seeing a gas stove up there. Well, I much prefer a real fire anyway. It's so much cozier. What's this? And here we have another disproportionately large machine. This looks like a meter of some kind. Ah, this is a gas meter, I think. It seems that in this district, residents pay for gas as they use it with coins. Oh, wow, really? I see. Yes, now that you've pointed it out, I can see that there's a slot here that looks like it would take a coin. So, you mean if you put a coin in here? That's right, that would buy about 2 hours of gas for lights and heating. So if you were a poor person with no money, you'd have to sleep in the freezing cold? Damn, bro! They didn't give a fuck back then, bro. Hey, you poor... I mean, then again, you'd have some similar shit here in this day and age. Yes, and if you were a scatterbrain with no change because you forgot to exchange your money at the bank, thank goodness there's no meter in our office. Look at these extravagant bright costumes. Somehow they look out of place in this room with its grim shady going on. This one looks like a king's attire. A king? I've always dreamt about being a king. Oh, I think you'd be more suited to a feudal lord. A daimyo or such like. With a chonmag top knot? Every Japanese man wishes he had a chonmag. Oh, you'd look wonderful with one, and you already have the sword. Can you imagine what would happen if I walked around the streets of London with a chonmag and a sword? I love how there's a window to a brick wall. As we've seen from the outside, the window is completely bricked up. A vestige of the former window tax that Britons had to pay. What strange things they used to tax in Great Britain. I mean, making people pay for the number of windows they had in a property? It's extraordinary. It's heartbreaking to think of the poor having to block up their windows just to avoid an unaffordable tax. Oh, what is it, Miss Susato? If you look closely, a number of bricks are loose. Oh yeah, it looks like as though an amateur has broken out a few of them just here. Was it Mr. Shampere who did it, I wonder? Being the lodger renting this room? Ah, look at this, Mr. Naruhodo. On the outside, there's a little ledge. And there's something on it. What outside? Yeah, isn't that soap? It's so cold outside, you can feel it through this gap. It did snow all last night. It would be cold. But more importantly, what is it on the ledge out there? What are those snow-covered lumps? It's more bars of soap. Soap? What are bars of soap doing lined up on the ledge outside the window? I have no idea. But the pair of them look rather charming like that. Still, that's very strange, isn't it? Bars of soap lined up outside the window? I think perhaps we should take one. There are two after all. Oh dear. I suppose we could. Oh, what's this? Look here at this soap. Ah. Do you see? In the middle there. Oh, shoutouts to Richard for the like and retweet. Appreciate you, bro. There's a patch that's a different color. It's sort of transparent, but some sort of fancy design, I suppose. Only in Great Britain. Why would they put a coin in the soap, though? It looks like the Hinomaru flag of Japan, doesn't it? How wonderful. It's probably a very expensive brand. Expensive? Then what's it doing in this ramshackle old room? That's weird. Alright, let's check out the body. Oh, the poor man, so young to die. Do you suppose it was a very painful death, being poisoned as he was? I don't know. All we can do now is hope that he'll be reborn to a better life. Yes, I suppose you're right. I wonder. Do you think that putting our hands together in a Japanese prayer will help a British soul? Sorry? I made sure I had a reference at the ready for just such an occasion as this, actually. This book is entitled The Beginner's Guide to Praying for the Departed, the British Way. I'll just reread it now. One moment. There's quite a spine on that book, isn't there? The cup. Ah, one of the teacups that Mr. Shamspear and his guests drank from last night. But don't go drinking from them, Mr. Naruhodo. There's bitter poison inside. I'm not planning on drinking any, don't worry. Anyway, the cups are both empty. That's true. So, one was Mr. Shamspear's, and the other must be the cup that Mr. Natsumi was drinking from. Well, Soseki-san wasn't poisoned, of course. Perhaps we should take these so we can examine them in more detail later. Court record. Of course they have cracks in them, bro. Nothing seems unusual. This is the teacup from which Mr. Natsumi was drinking. Yes, unlike the other one, the inside of the cup is completely clean. I suppose he must have drank the contents before the tea had a chance to leave a mark. I always gulp it down too. Sorry, Mr. Naruhodo? Well, if you just sip it little by little, it goes cold. Clearly, I shall have to instruct you in the proper way to take tea. There is no tea ring. So... So one of them had tea, the other didn't. This must be the cup that Mr. Shamspear was drinking from then. It's stained on the inside. Tea does that, I'm afraid, even green tea. Oh really? I never noticed before. You've never noticed? Well, I never leave it in the cup long enough for it to leave a mark. I like to gulp it down. Out of context, that sounds weird. Drink tea while it's hot. That's the Japanese way, isn't it? Oh dear. So many people seem to have the wrong idea about our culture. And most of them are Japanese. What about the bar of soap? Yeah, what the fuck is this? This part is a different color. It's an exquisite design, isn't it? Trust the British to turn a boring bar of soap into something special. I quite like it. It reminds me of... Okay, Japanese flag, rather expensive. Okay. Street map, secondhand book receipt. This is some sort of makeshift stage, I think, isn't it? Where does the audience sit, though, for the nightly Shakespeare performances? Actors aspiring to the great stage must practice their art, Mr. Naruhodo, with or without an audience. In fact, on a related note, perhaps you should set up a mock bench for the defense in your office. What? Then you could practice your art every single day. I'll think about it, if you promise to don a beard and play the role of the judge. Well, if that would help you achieve your goal. This I have to see. What else is there? I mean, there's not that much evidence. Maybe this down here? Yeah. What's this? It looks like part of an envelope, I think. Yes, I think you may be right. Perhaps it was torn off when the letter was opened. Is that significant? Well, it's a little out of place, perhaps. When you look around the room, there's no sign of the letter, or the rest of the envelope, in fact, is there? She's right. And yet here we are, and yet here we have the torn off end of an envelope. It just strikes me as unusual. I agree. We'd better take this just in case. Okay. Okay, so that's all the evidence. Looks like you're having a good snoop around, eh? Oh, is that Garrett? Oh! Our bad? Inspector Gregson, back so soon? My bad, I thought I had more time. After I threw that little Japanese fella in the clink. Little racist Gregson. I went and reported this to the investigation division. In 5 minutes' time, this place would be cordoned off by the yard. Oh, I see. Well, we'd better be leaving then. Poor Mr. Natsumi must be feeling very low, being back in the cell again so soon. I'm sure. We should probably go and... What the fuck? Excuse me, sir? What's wrong, Mr. Naruto? This man just sat back up. This man wasn't dead? What the... Out, brief candle life's but a walking... I'm trying to think of a voice for him. Shakespeare. This man was acting... I'm gonna beat his ass, bro. What the fuck? Life's but a walking shadow, a poor player. That struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more. What the f... Now, how soundeth the next part? It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Indeed! Oh, happy day! Please don't... What the... Damn, bro, his leg is broken! There is no way his leg is not broken right now. Look at his fucking leg, bro. Walking Dead! This man leg broke. Jesus Christ, what happened to his knees? What is going on? So then there's no crime. I mean, I guess, maybe attempted murder. The fella isn't dead at all. What was that nonsense he was saying, though? I think it was from William Shakespeare's Macbeth. A soliloquy from Act 5, Scene 5. Shakespeare. I am flabbergasted. So it was that the victim, Mr. William Shakespeare, came back to life. If the man had indeed been poisoned, it transpired that it hadn't killed him. He was taken by emergency carriage to a nearby hospital for treatment, and Inspector Gregson evicted us from the scene of the crime, whatever that now was. What the fuck? I would say that Natsumi is immediately innocent, but I guess they could still get him on attempted murder. 21st of February, Briar Road. Whatever do you think will happen now? Good question. What a strange situation for Mr. Natsumi. Arrested for murder, but then the victim comes back to life. I think perhaps the victim was never dead in the first place. It seems very likely that Mr. Shakespeare did consume poison, as we deduced, but was it an accident, attempted suicide, or attempted murder? Until the truth can be established, I imagine the police will keep Mr. Natsumi in custody. I suppose so. Let's hope it doesn't come to anything more than a night in the cells. Oh, what's this? Yeah, that guy in the background. What the hell is he doing? You can see the soap in the fucking artwork. What's that man doing over there? He looks like he's trying to see into Soseki-san's lodgings. Something wrong, Mr. Naruhodo? Excuse me, could we have a word? What? Oh, great. Everybody can just do his poses, bro. He just ran off. I feel sure that I've seen that man somewhere before. Where was it? I do too, but I don't remember. That's gotta be the bar of soap. With the exception of the top floor where Mr. and Mrs. Garadev live, all the windows are bricked up. Yes, that's because of an old window tax that was charged. Yeah, we know. But the tax has since been abolished, hasn't it? So the windows could all be opened up again, surely. Unfortunately, it would appear that the residents of this district cannot afford to have that work done. Sad state of affairs, especially for people like poor Mr. Natsumi, who have to live all cooped up in a windowless room. I suppose that's the price you pay for living in a very cheap accommodations. It all seems rather pointless when you put it like that. New location is added. Let's talk to the Garrett Dubs. See what that guy has to say. 21st of February, the Garrett Dubs room. Here we are again. The eccentric landlord's eccentric top floor abode. We're here because Mr. Garrideb's the one who discovered the incident this morning. Don't forget. There he is. Ah, new chaps, eh? Yes, good morning, sir. Thank you for your cooperation in court yesterday. It was quite a trial. As much for Mr. Garrideb as anyone, really. Came straight back here after all that business at the Bailey yesterday. Didn't expect to wake up to more bally nonsense this morning. I wonder if you wouldn't mind telling us exactly what happened, Mr. Garrideb. Yes, I suppose you'd like to know all about that dead loss of an actor chap in the ground floor room. Those were exactly Inspector Gregson's words, weren't they? This morning's incident. It must have been a real shock for you this morning. I hear that you discovered what had happened. Ah, well, that hopeless actor chap rises at 5 o'clock sharp every morning without fail. But at 5:30 this morning, he still hadn't lit the gas. So I went down and knocked on his door, but no bally answer. And that's when you broke into his room by kicking down the door? Well, I called on that rum-looking Japanese chap to do the grunt work, of course. Wasn't it a little premature to kick the door down? The man could have just overslept by half an hour. That's very true, Mr. Naruhodo. If 30 minutes oversleeping warranted such behavior, I'd have to kick your door down every morning. Well, you know, better to be safe than sorry and all that. Is it just me, or is he avoiding our gaze now all of a sudden? Except that it was a sorry situation indeed that you found on the far side of the door. Mr. Shamspear. All is good, Peach. Thank you for coming through. Appreciate it. The victim's name. Hope you're doing good. Oh, I'm doing alright. Hope you're doing good as well. The victim's name is Mr. Shamspear, I believe. Is that right? Yes, William Shamspear. Took the ground floor room 3 months ago now. And how would you describe him? In a word, destitute. Destitute? Well, let's face it. The only redeeming feature of that room is the cheap rent. Anyone wanting to live in a place like that is either broke or has a bally screws. So hard to choose in which category Soseki-san would fall into. Welcome back. Thank you. Appreciate you. Mr. Naruhodo, that's a little rude. He was doing research as well. Research? Into what? Shakespeare, of course. Shakespeare. Read a few plays of the old bard myself, you know. Romeo and Hamlet and all that. Yes, William Shakespeare is England's most highly regarded classical playwright and author. He's known as Sao in Japanese. Sao? As you know, and many of his works have already been translated. It seems incredible that Shakespeare was shortened to Sao, though. Someone was too heavy-handed there. There were a lot of costumes in the victim's room, actually, weren't there? Of course, Mr. Natsumi is a scholar of English literature as well. Need a talented voice actor? William is offering his services. What's up, Will? Ooh, damn, bro, I need that stretch. Are you available, William? I can't pay you any money though, bro. Jesus Christ! God damn! What? William? I am broke anyways. What's the difference? The posture checks, bro. I am broke anyways. What's the difference? Jesus. I'm fucking stiff, bro. I don't know how to set that up. I guess Discord. There it is. If you wanna, how's the game so far? I'm really liking it. Yeah. If you really want to do it, William, just let me know. I imagine. For sure, bro. I imagine he and Mr. Shamspear would have much in common. Alright. Then I guess... go to my Discord. The 1v1. Will. Maybe I can... share screen. Raise attorney. What's up, William?
Hey everybody, I'm here for my voice and the audition. I'm Kermit.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm practicing, don't even worry. I'm gonna make you legit lose viewers. So are you sure about this?
I mean it, bro. If you want to, bro.
No, I'm not trying to force myself into this. This is your stream, it's your time. You do what you want.
I think it'd be pretty funny.
crap. Just help me pronounce the names right.
uh,
I'm bad with fucking names.
I don't know who you'd be though.
She. I don't know.
Hmm.
Oh wait, that's right. You're doing this too.
Oh yeah, I'm streaming it in Discord, so it's
Yeah, I see. So it's a little bit quicker.
yeah.
Shoutouts to everybody. Welcome to the first time ever William Gamer stream, but intercepted.
My stream has been taken over by WM Gamer Productions.
Somehow I turned the tides.
Flames.
Hey man.
He's like,
That's
no.
That's your choice for staying on. That's on you, not me.
Shakespeare interpretation disagreement leads to shocking murder. Let's hope it's not that. Mr. Naruhodo, really? How rude. Do you want to voice this guy?
Mr. Naruto?
The guy on the screen. His name is Garadeb.
Yeah, sure. I got an impression.
Okay. So this is mine. After Mr. Natsumi's trial yesterday, you came straight back here, I believe, didn't you? Did you notice anything strange between then and this morning?
Well, now, must have been about 6 in the evening by the time I got home.
That's perfect, bro.
Shit, I'm trying.
Yes.
Snow was coming down rather heavily as I remembered it, and it was completely dark already. That failed actor chap was out at the time.
Mr. Garadeb noticed that there was no light from his room or something, I suppose.
Couldn't summon the energy for anything much, so I just sat in front of the fire up there. Up here, I mean. Oops, my bad.
No, you good.
It was after 8 before Shakespeare got back,
Yeah, you got it.
and the champ was up until past 1 in the morning pulling a William Gamer, and I'll have you know, he was not streaming.
He was pulling a weird.
Suppose he met his end sometime after that. Oh shit. That's not pulling me because I'm still alive. I was asleep by then, so I'm rather in the dark there.
Blame just said Will for VA of the Year. Facts, bro.
Dude, I cannot wait to do my Irwin impression from Billy Manning. Hey everybody.
I want to see William's picture on the Game Awards announcement page, bro.
Yo, that'd be perfect. They come up as like, you want to announce something? Yeah, so Nintendo's gonna sue me for this one, but Mario Kart 8 is not coming to the Switch 2, so calm your tits.
Oh my god, you'd be escorted off the premises so fast, bro. Well, thank you. That was very illuminating.
That's Sasado, right? That's how I pronounce her name?
Yeah, Susado, yeah.
Sasado, okay. Not bad, I'm getting there. Okay, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Is everything
Shit, I'm doing okay.
Is everything alright, Miss Susado? Well, I was just thinking it's a little strange, that's all. Mr. Garadeb, you were up here in your room all evening, if I've understood correctly.
Oh, shit. I'm not a big fan of the stairs. Not with this blasted leg.
Then, how is it that you seem to know? The precise movements of your tenant on the ground floor, I mean. Jesus, bro, wait, wasn't that?
That's me shocked. Trust me.
You acted like he sound like he's coming, bro. Jesus.
Dude, look at his face.
That's a very good point. I can't imagine that you could hear noises from the ground floor all the way up here. Does this old man like to spy on his tenants? Is that it?
I know what you're thinking, and it's badly outrageous. outrage. I'm an ex-military, don't you know?
Jesus.
I don't go around spying on my tenants. Why would I, of all people?
Then how did you know, Mr. Garrett?
It's the gas, woman. Gas tells me everything.
The gas. Speaking gas.
Oh, sorry, is this man speaking fucking nitrogen?
What on earth do you mean, sir? How can the gas tell you anything, let alone
This
everything?
man's speaking fucking nitrogen and hydrogen. Holy shit. Well, you're probably aware that the gas is supplied to the building by pipes. Definitely not my pipe.
Yes, I'd more or less worked that out. Every room in the building is connected by a single pipe to the gas main outside. And the gas company supplies gas to properties via the main. Yes, I understand that too.
Let me see if I can explain. Let's just say I was to light the gas lamps up here. What's that even English? What do you suppose would happen?
Well, obviously the room would get brighter.
Exactly. But at that point, at that same time, the lights in all the other rooms of the house would dim for a moment.
What? They dim? Why?
Oh, dang, I wish it was my guy. I was gonna say something funny.
Perhaps it's because when you light a gas lamp, it briefly uses more gas than usual, and that reduces the amount of gas in the pipe for the other lamps that are connected to it. That might explain why the other lamps dim momentarily, mightn't it? Yes, of course, because everything's connected to a single supply line, or pipe. Is that supposed to happen though? It sounds rather undesirable.
Jolly good point. The fact is, the gas company's cheap as fuck. The pipes in these parts are pretty hopeless and long worn. Oh, shells, right? And long worn out. And I barely got any gas in them to start with. That's a damn shame. The opposite is also true, of course. Extinguish the lamps up here, and they grow brighter in the rest of the house.
Ah, right, I see. So by watching the flickering of the lamps in one room, you can determine what's happening elsewhere.
Pretty much like Morse code if you really think about it. You have got it.
Oh, of course, because when people come back home in the evening and before they go to sleep at night, what they are guaranteed to do is either light or put out their lamps and fires. Clever.
In point of the fact, the room on the ground floor and the one above it is slightly different in the amount of gas. And by watching the lights in here closely, I can work out almost exactly what's going on this whole house.
Gosh, that's fascinating, Mr. Garadeb. Absolutely fascinating.
Nah, I call capery. Oh well, there's nothing to it really. I'm just guessing when the lights flicker. And I really can't see what's going on. See what I'm saying? I can't really see that it's going to help us with the case either. Then what's the point of talking to nitrogen? Shit's dumb. Oh, that's fucking your guy!
Yeah, that's
I'm
my guy.
stupid! I'm sorry!
And I really can't see that it's gonna help us with the case either. What I'd like to know is why Mr. Garadeb is so interested in what his tenants are up to in the first place. I feel like there's more to it than idle curiosity. He's a pervert, bro?
It'll be the first time in Japan. In fucking Yakuza, I had to fucking square up some perverts.
We're in Great Britain, sir?
Oh, but I'm just saying, I experienced it. International.
Oh. Well, we've done as much investigating here as we can, I think. Perhaps we ought to go to the prison and speak with Mr. Natsumi again.
Natsumi? Okay.
A good idea. Okay. Move. Prison.
I guess I'm voicing Natsumi, if I even pronounced that right.
Yeah, you can voice him.
Okay, let's go.
First
So
20.
I'm pretty sure you're gonna be voicing Sato and Rina Yosuke, if that's how you say the main character's name.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
He's 5 for 5 now.
Richard, are you watching?
Richard's gone, bro. He's never
Bro,
gonna believe
he
this.
would be he's never gonna believe me.
even though he watches the VOD, bro, he's like, I still don't
Won't
believe it. That's not really William in the call.
Too good to be true.
21st February, local prison cell number 9. Look, Mr. Naruhodo.
Naruhodo?
Mr. Natsumi, have the police finished questioning you now?
Welcome, student, Mr. Naruto Esquire.
Oh, yes.
What is he? Tell me. Is he a ghost? Is he here to hunt me?
Oh, what's good, Shinobu?
Hey, what's up, Shinobu?
Let me guess. You're talking about Mr. Sholmes. Damn cringy. He actually
My voice is authentic.
He actually calls himself a great detective, Mr. Natsumi, not a ghost.
But his diabolical deductions, they're not of this world. They have left me. It's cursed. I'm cursed, I tell you.
Shinobu said never voice act again.
Hey man, I want to see you do better. Come to me criticizing. Man, Bryce is fucking right about you. All you do is fucking roast fire blast at me.
Well, that sort of hurts. Credit where credit is due, Mr. Naruhodo. You were heavily involved in the deduction too. I mean, yeah, we did kind of throw him in here too. Yes. Moving on, we have some wonderful news. Poor Will.
Oh.
Ooh.
Ooh.
The victim we all thought was dead has come back to life again.
Oh.
Now, in the absolutely worst case, you could only be tried for attempted murder.
Oh, jeez, that's not gonna fucking help.
That's great, isn't it, Mr. Natsumi?
It's terrible.
Oh!
I'm stuck in this cell, suffering for some silly wrong end of the stick. And you did it, didn't you? Confess. You're the killer. Why the mustache?
Why the mustache?
That's you.
No, that's you.
Oh, that's me. My bad. Constant questions!
I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry.
Ugh! Selfish Seister! I hear myself from your stream. Make up your mind. Are you dead or alive? If you're gonna come back to life, why bother dying?
Damn. This is also you.
Wiggity, wishy, washy, William. Well, how convenient.
This is perfect. Well, it seems that Mr. Shamspear was never actually dead in the first place.
Yeah, yes. That might make sense. And I'm pleased that he's alive, of course. Our lively debate last night was much fun, but I'll be sad to think it was our last.
Oh.
Oops.
Mr. Natsumi, does this mean that you did see the victim last night? You met with Mr. Shamspear, didn't you?
I'm not saying another word. I demand to have a lawyer present. Well, your lawyer's already there.
Who do you think I am? Please, Mr. Natsumi, we need to hear your side of the story.
Ugh. Why am I cursed like this?
What happened? Can you tell us exactly what happened last night then, Mr. Natsumi?
No, there's nothing to tell. I knew you were gonna say no. But, Mr. Naruto, Esquire, I'm eternally grateful to you for helping me with that accursed case yesterday.
The case that saw poor Miss Green hospitalized as she ended up with a knife in her back.
I cannot determine what was.
It's hard to believe that was only yesterday.
And after the trial was over, I trudged weary back to my lowly lodgings. And in that evening, at the past time, it must have been I visit Mr. Shakespeare.
So, you did go to the victim's room then? As we feared.
I didn't do anything wrong. I would never been to his room before. It was the first time.
Then, what made you decide to go?
Well, I bumped into him when I arrived back at the house, and we got chatting, and it developed into a discussion. But he had to go out, so I bade him farewell. Well,
That ties in with what Mr. Gardup said, that the victim went out and came back after 8.
we meet again later that evening, at around 9 or just after, and when I took a look, when I took him some nice tea, I brewed as a gift.
So it was... so it was you who brought the tea that had clearly been drunk at the scene then. And I suppose you were discussing the works of Shakespeare, were you?
Yes, that is right. That's exactly right. Romeo and Juliet, who was stronger? It was a delightful debate.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I know exactly. Such a stimulating subject, Shakespeare.
And the debate became very heated, so you slipped poison into Mr. Shakespeare's tea.
No, never, not at all. Team Juliet won. That was me. And when I left the room, his room, the flamboyant fellow was fighting fit. I swear it's categorically. Oh, categorically. I didn't see that G there. It looked like a C.
Cursed existence?
Oh, jeez.
Mr. Natsumi, you often say the same thing about yourself, I've noticed. That you have a cursed existence.
I'm sure I've mentioned this before to you, but I've been here in Great Britain for a year now, and in that time, I have learned that it's not the place for me.
It is pretty racist.
Hold up.
It can be very trying to live in a foreign land and adapt to the ways of another culture. There are foreign... Oh, that's your part.
I'm sorry, I do the same shit too. I need to do like my Vegeta voice. There are foreigners everywhere I look, and they all stare at me. They all laugh. That's the impression I get whenever I go out. It makes me scared to leave my room. Which is why I've become recluse. But even in my room, I find no respite from my fears. I have moved more times than I can remember. And then, 1 week ago, I moved into Blyar Road.
But why? I mean, Why did you choose that place? It doesn't seem very comfortable.
Because the rent is cheap. I have so little money. It spoke to me.
It spoke to me. The rent?
Obviously, there's a reason why it's cheap. It's because the room is cursed, like me.
Cursed? Cursed how?
The previous occupant, the man who lived there before, I took the room, died there.
Oh no!
He was only a young man, but one morning he was found dead, and nobody could explain why.
Surely no one would want to live in a room with a history like that. Or go to a hotel.
Well, actually, I did. Oh, jeez, he didn't. But I didn't. When the lady agent recommended the place, I wavered. But I want the books, and the books cost money. A horrible history is a small price to pay. I'm trying to avoid like actually yelling.
Yeah.
When I realized it would mean I could buy more books, I signed the lease like lightning.
Brave or blinkered.
But after I moved in, I soon come to realize what I've done. I realized how horrible that room history really was.
Gosh, was it really so awful? Horrible history. How did the room's horrible history affect you, Mr. Natsumi? What happened?
It took my allowance. At first, it was just a feeling. That feeling of beady eyes boring into my back, watching me.
Do you think that might have just been your mind playing tricks on you?
Shit. No. My mind doesn't know any tricks. I know it was someone else. It's been one long nightmare ever since I was given the keys to the place.
A nightmare? You've been having bad dreams, you mean?
Shit, like Slenderman haunt my dreams. All the souls who have died in that room. I leaned over in me in my sleep, and I tried to strangle me.
That really is horrible.
And now I've come to think of it, it happened again last night too. That very same night that Mr. Shakespeare was right withering in agony from the poison in his body, I pissed on him. Oh jeez, that would've been funny if I actually said that. I was on the verge of being suffocated silently by those miserable spirits in my room. It almost sounds like Muscle Man sometimes when he gets all like, ramped up. I'm trying to say Muscle Man for like an interesting character.
Yeah.
For like the main villain.
You simply must move out of that room as soon as possible.
Shit, I would instantly move out of that room. Are you kidding me? Fucking ghost trying to strangle me? I would have said, I'm good. Yes, you're right. I know it. But that's why. Oh, jeez. I'm already searching for the next room with a history to call home.
I think perhaps you should try to avoid a commendation with any kind of history at all.
She looks so sad.
Otherwise, I'm scared that you yourself may become history. Damn. Oof. So Sadon-san knows how to make the man listen.
Of course. Mr. Lord of the Manor is worried about the curse on my room as well.
You mean Mr. Garadeb?
Phew. Yes, He knows that if the people keep dying there, he will never be able to rent it out again.
Well, that's true. I, for one, wouldn't go near that place.
I don't know why he went there in the fucking first place.
Ah, perhaps that may explain why the landlord pays so much attention to the gas lamps and his tenants' movements. You mean, because he's worried about their well-being? He does seem to have an unusually keen interest in the amount of gas in the pipes.
But the thing I don't get is, like, how does flickering light from gas determine, oh, that person's freaking out, that person's having a heart attack?
There must be a reason why he keeps such close tabs on the occupants of his let rooms.
What do you mean? He pays so much attention to the gas lamps.
Oh, dear, no, it's nothing to do with you, Mr. Natsumi. Please, forget I said anything.
I don't guess, I swear. Now you're talking about me behind my back. As well. Oh shit, that guy really sounds like must mad at me too.
He's so ashamed. Yeah.
Oh, right.
What's important is that Mr. Shamspear isn't in fact dead at all. Once he's come round and he's able to tell us what happened, we'll be able to get you released.
Yes, please. And I do hope you're right.
Ahem. Excuse me. Ah, Gregson.
Hey, that's Luigi. Look.
Inspector Gregson, Luigi. I couldn't help overhearing what you just said. And on that note,
Guilty.
I have some good news and some bad news.
Wasn't he like sus as shit from the first game?
Yeah, in the last case.
Yeah, that's the prize. I remember it.
Huh? Which one do you want first?
The prize. Always, every time, bad news comes first. Shit, I agree with him on that one too. When hope is all you have, hold on to it. That's my guiding principle.
Right, well, in that case, the good news it is. Damn, what a...
The good news is the bad news.
Sorry, but it's just a lot easier to explain everything that way. I thought he was just being a dick.
Would you even ask me then? Then why did you ask me my preference?
As you might have heard, the victim, Mr. Shamspear, was just unconscious. He's come round now. Yes, we saw it happen in all of its terrifying glory.
I got a phone call. Yeah, you gotta do my voices for a bit.
Oh, for sure. He's still being treated by the doctors, but we managed to get a written statement from him already. Oh, isn't that wonderful, Mr. Natsumi? Oh, thank goodness. It's all over then. I can leave this somber cell. Sorry, no. That's not on the cards. What? Why ever not, Inspector? Mr. Shamspear has implicated someone as being responsible for what happened last night. Let me guess, it's Soseki Natsumi, bro? Implicated someone? Oh dear. You don't mean... I'm sorry to say I do, yes. He's pointed the finger at you, Mr. Natsumi. Ah! By sweet poison did he seeketh to end my life. That wicked captive Soseki Natsumi. No! So I'm afraid you'll be appearing in court as planned. You'll be wanting to make the necessary preparations. No! That's fucking crazy. And so, once again, Soseki-san found himself having to take the dock in the Old Bailey. Whether his room was haunted, or whether he was just terribly unlucky, I knew I had no choice. The following day, I would represent him in court, and do my utmost to break the curse that blighted him. I love this theme. Oh my god, it's so good, bro! Ah. To be continued. We'll go a little bit longer. Dun, 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 dun. Save your current progress. Don't mind if I do. Trial Part 1. (22nd of February, 9:23 a.m.) The Old Bailey Defendant's Antechamber. The Old Bailey. This place always makes me feel strange. I seem to get chills down my spine and break out in a nervous sweat all at the same time. Well, I didn't think I'd be back here so soon. I'm assuming that's Soseki? That's my line! Good morning! Good morning! Jesus, Mr. Natsumi. It was only 2 days ago I was declared not guilty here. Yes, we somehow managed to prove he didn't stab Miss Green in the back. But now this! Another morning, another murder, and here I am again in this hellhole. Can't keep coming to court. I'm beginning to think he's right. It really does seem as though he's cursed. Mr. Naruhodo, I'm afraid I have bad news. Oh. Mr. Natsumi, good morning. Yes, morning. So, here we are again. Yes, again. Judicial Assistant Miss Makotoba Esquires, what's the bad news? Oh dear, you heard, did you? If you come in shouting at the top of your voice, people can't help hearing what you say. Oh, I am sorry. You've done nothing wrong, Mr. Sato. Now, what is it? Well, it seems that the prosecution in today's trial will be led by Lord Barrack Van Zeeks. Let's go! Van Zeeks? Gah! Oh no. I love this theme too. Oh no. Oh, there he is. The so-called Reaper of the Bailey. The most legendary prosecutor in the land. Ah, it's so good. In the trial 2 days ago, he pursued Soseki-san and I relentlessly. Of course, by the skin of our teeth, we managed to pull through, but still. Perhaps Mr. Natsumi's acquittal in the last trial wasn't the end of the matter. After all, yes, I know what you're thinking. The legend of the Reaper that says, nothing can save a person in the dock when Lord Van Zeeks is the prosecutor. Oh no! That even if a person is found not guilty, the accused will meet a mysterious end one way or another. And we've experienced it firsthand. A man we successfully defended met the most terrifying end, after his acquittal, right here in the Old Bailey. Ah! Do I have to put up with those ice-cold eyes boring into my soul again? Cursed by evil spirits and now by the Reaper. Pair of petrifying perils, potentially. Well, if it's potentially, at least you appear to have hope, Mr. Natsumi. Locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. Yes? I'm innocent! You have to believe me. You, more than anyone now. Don't worry. I'll be your steadfast ally every step of the way in this battle. I promise. And this promises to be a hard battle, I fear. Well, the trial is scheduled to begin shortly. We should move into the courtroom. Let's go. Oh yes, I forgot to say. I'm afraid he won't be able to make it. Mr. Sholmes, I mean. That's probably for the best. Oh, if he were here, I might be tempted to rely on his help. And that could be seen as a weakness. If Lord Van Zeeks were to notice, he'd prey on it mercilessly. At least, that's my gut feeling. Mr. Naruhodo. You're right. Yes, you're so right. Oh, well said! Locum student, Mr. Naruto Esquire, well said! I swear on this sword at my side and on the spirit of Kazuma that it harbors. I'll show him what a Japanese lawyer can do. I'll set you free. With honor. Oh, yes. (22nd of February, 9:40 a.m. The Old Bailey courtroom. Oh, I see some returning faces. I kind of want William to voice the judge. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. And now call upon the counsels of the prosecution and defense to declare the witness to proceed. Will, are you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Alright, bro. Do you want to voice the judge, or do you want me to voice the judge?
What's your judge voices again? Because you do a pretty good job with the judge.
I can do the judge.
Yeah.
There's some people on the jury I'm gonna need help with. There's 6 people.
Oh, absolutely. Are they like exaggerated characters?
Some of them, they typically are.
Okay, better that. I can usually do that. By the way, I'm outside, so if you hear any like noises, I can't control that right now.
Oh, for sure.
If it's bad, just let me know. I'll mute in between.
Okay. I now call upon the counsels. I already said that. There he is. The prosecution is ready. The defense is ready, my lord. Readiness for the trial, my learned Nipponese friend, is not what the defense needs.
Is this you still saying Nipponese and shit?
Yeah.
Oh.
What you need is readiness for your inevitable defeat. It's not just in my imagination, it's really there. Lord Van Zieks has such an animosity towards us Japanese for some reason. It was some time ago now that he first became known as the Reaper of the Bailey, I believe. These past few years, he hasn't appeared in court at all. Well, yet now he's back in the courtroom, though for some reason, only when I'm defending. This Reaper, with his curious disdain for us Japanese, is a prosecutor shrouded in mystery. Still, this isn't the time to be pondering that. I have to concentrate on Soseki-san's trial. Furthermore, I now call upon the 6 ladies and gentlemen of the jury. You have been chosen at random to represent the will of the people in this trial. Are you ready to fulfill your duty? What about him, William? Do you want to voice him?
Oh yeah, I can. Absolutely, I have the feeling this Larkin was innocent.
I could do her. I must say,
I want to check.
You want to do the chick? Okay.
Well, I must say, but I feel especially ruthless on days when he refuses to sit right.
Richard said, "Oh shit, we at trial? We sure are." Oh well, I rather like how you're wearing your hat. I think the ruthless look is very fetching, actually. What about her, William?
Gee, I can't read. I brightness. This sucks reading off the phone. I need to be somewhere at 10 o'clock, and I have a very important meeting. Let's make this quick.
What did you think of Sham Spirit? Bro, when he got up from being on the table and he just did his fucking act, bro.
I was definitely shocked. I wanted to fight him, bro. Because you're having just like a conversation with Susato, and then he just like slowly just lifts back up in the chair, like, what the fuck? I think he was in the first game, not as like an important character. You just saw him, if I'm not mistaken. Like you just run into him randomly. But he's a pretty weird character. He was at the end of chapter 4. Okay, I thought so. I'm like, I remember this guy's design. He is very obsessed with Shakespeare.
Hey, this guy's back.
Do you want to voice him, or do you want me to do it?
Yeah, I'll do it. I couldn't agree more. I need to take home 5 bob tonight, or the missions will go through the roof.
I could do the old man.
Oh, may the Lord show us all the light here, and lead his flock to a righteous verdict.
The British jury system is so very different to our own, isn't it?
It's quite the same thing from the first game.
Yeah, it's quite extraordinary to think that the power of judgment is in the hands of 6 members of the public, and that the judge can only pass sentence when all jurors are in agreement
I like his thing 4 guys every time too.
about the defendant's guilt.
I forgot what I'm gonna do.
6 citizens of London chosen at random, or at least that's the idea.
The prosecution would draw attention to the fact that the accused was on trial here but 2 days ago. Accordingly, where possible, the sane jurors have been asked to return for duty today. Very well, let us commence the trial. Lord Van Zeeks, your opening statement, please. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it is not the intent of the prosecution to cast doubt over your past decision. However, the innocent verdict afforded to this eccentric Nipponese before has had dire consequences. Did the accused repent for his wrongdoing in that affair? Far from it. Instead, he used his freedom to perpetuate a most blood-curdling crime. Namely, that of the attempted murder of his neighboring lodger, an innocent Englishman. To explain the circumstances of the crime, the prosecution calls its first witness to the stand.
Damn, he taking the cloak off already?
The detective responsible for investigating the scene and the accused himself.
Got you. Oh, they both on there, okay.
Witnesses, your names and occupations, please. Yes, sir. Tobias Gregson, Detective Inspector at Scotland Yard's Homicide Division.
I'm Susuke Natsumi from Empire of Japan. My government ordered to come here as a student to study your language and culture. Gee, I better read on this damn phone.
Master Natsumi.
Not. Yes, my lord, sir.
I'm quite sure I'm not mistaken that you swore an oath to never set foot in my courtroom again. I remembered it as if it were yesterday. The day before, in fact, my lord, but close enough.
Yeah, believe me, this is the last place I want to be.
Inspector, let's hear from you first. Explain the case for the court. Right you are, sir. The incident occurred at the Garadev household where the defendant has lodgings. In the ground floor room of the victim, Mr. William Shamspeare. Shamspeare? Richard, was that his name in the original?
Like the original release of the game, or did they change that? The defendant has already admitted to visiting the victim on the night in question. Mr. Shakespeare collapsed in his room as a result of poisoning by sturgeon. He was found the following morning when the landlord, suspecting something was wrong, broke down the door. This means, I presume, that the door to the victim's room was locked at the time of the incident. Correct, my lord. It was locked from the inside, making entry to and exit from the room impossible. Although the victim, Mr. Shakespeare, lives to tell tale, he very nearly didn't. The man was halfway to heaven when we first found him. I was first officer on the scene, my lord, and I have a photographic print here that I took at the time to show how it looked. Yes, a chilling scene indeed. The man looks very much deceased. He was William Potenchi? Oh, okay, so they definitely changed his name. In Japanese? Okay. Interesting. That's right, everyone present believed that's exactly what he was. Very well, I shall accept this photographic print as evidence for the court. Crime scene photograph has been entered into the court record. Now then, Mr. Natsumi.
Yes! Yes!
As the defendant, do you have anything to say in this juncture?
Guilty? No, I'm joking.
Imagine it's such a short case.
They're haunted! They're haunted by evil spirits!
Good gracious! What's haunted?
My mom. My loggings! There's been a whole series of strange happenings in my loggings. But 10 before me died in the mysterious circumstances. A woman has stabbed by no one on the streets outside.
Richard said loggings. What?
Wait, is that? Nah, I'm reading this off of my cell phone. What does that say?
Lodgings.
Oh, lodgings. There's a D. My bad.
Yeah.
No, I'm reading this for myself, and you can tell by my mic quality. My neighbors was poisoned, and me. What about me? The red text is so hard. I've nearly been killed countless times. Jesus, I'm doing this.
Killed, Mr. Natsumi? How?
Even on that field night it happened, when I returned from Shakespeare's room, I lit gas stove and climbed into the bed, but before long...
I know this is very late to be asking this, but how's the audio? Like, can you hear, I hope Shakespeare's voice sounds like Maximilian Pegasus? Oh! William should do Shakespeare. If we get to that today. That'd be hilarious.
What's my voice be for Shakespeare?
Huh?
Wait, who's saying that?
Richard said that I hope Shakespeare's voice sounds like Maximilian Pegasus.
I don't even know who the fuck that is.
Oh.
I'll look at that when I get back to my room. Give me a second.
Before long.
The stove went out, and somebody tried to kill me.
You must always extinguish all fires before retiring for the night, Mr. Natsumi.
But it's cold. My runny nose would freeze. The point is, I didn't poison my neighbor. Why? Why is my existence so cursed?
Thank you, witnesses. I believe I have a reasonably clear picture of events.
Sounds good so far? Okay, good.
Yeah, by the way, when I came on the live stream, it was good too.
Okay.
If I could raise one more point, my lord. One more conclusive point. Conclusive. Go on. Fortunately, the victim, Mr. Shamspear, has regained consciousness after his ordeal, and he was named the true culprit. The poison consumed by the victim was administered in a cup of tea that he drank on the night in question. Tea, my lord, that was brought to the victim's room by the accused. The accused? Good grief.
Damn, already in a bad position, bro, in the opening statement. Business as usual for Ace Attorney.
Order, order!
Yes, that's the crux of this whole case. If Soseki-san is innocent, then why? Why has the victim accused him?
Well, Mr. Natsumi, what have you to say to this accusation?
Guilt? No. Evening, yes. I did take some freshly brewed tea with me when I visit Mr. Shamspear's room as a gift. The public water pump outside always freezes at night. So I brought the bottle of water, oh how convenient, especially to make it. And this is the result. I would never touch tea again, never. Oh shit, my 1%. Yeah, by the way, my phone randomly dies. That's it. That's the reason.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna get back on my PC soon.
The public pump was frozen, you say? That's not information we've heard before.
That will do, thank you. Now, according to our laws, the defense must have the opportunity to cross-examine witnesses at least once. Therefore, I call upon these witnesses now for a formal testimony. I presume the prosecution has no objection. None whatsoever, my lord. Good. Then I will give you your account of events on the night in question to the court now.
Okay, there we go. Oh. Yes, my lord.
Witness testimony. The catastrophic night. Dun, 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 dun. Oh shit.
I'm back, sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah, I'm on my PC now. I was sprinted down. Okay.
We in here? Oh, what's
It
good?
was around 9 o'clock, the evening when I visited my neighbor, and I took some tea with me as a gift.
Oh, what's good, Jay? We in here? What's up, bro?
And we had a heated literary debate over a nice hot drink, after which I went back to my room at around 11. Ugh, my tea was completely harmless. He couldn't have locked the door behind me otherwise, could he?
Jay said just got off of work. Who the fuck is that talking? Oh, that's William.
What's up, everybody? This is Ween Gamer.
This is WM Gamer, bro. Oh, let me shout out Jay.
Yeah, I'm just doing some voices, Jay.
Streichnen takes some time to have effect on the body. People don't keel over immediately after taking it. The victim would have been perfectly able to lock the door after his guest left. The argument still stands. William, feed that damn cat. That's what Richard said.
Dude, I feed them every fucking day. Holy shit.
Oh, let me go ahead and shout out Vivid Stone _.
No, let me do it since I'm odd. I can do it.
Oh, let me mod Richard real quick.
Oh, Richard is mod. Oh, he's not mod. That's a different symbol. Never mind.
There we go. Modded.
Thank you, William. Yes, I see. This all seems relatively straightforward.
Excuse me, but that testimony does raise one rather crucial point, I think. Mr. Natsumi claims his tea to have been harmless. Presumably, though, the teacups have been examined for traces of the poison, haven't they? Why didn't I think of that?
Well,
Because you're dumb.
as it happens, no, we haven't been able to. Did I hear you correctly, Inspector? Scotland Yard has failed to examine the suspect's substance? How could you have overlooked something so important? Isn't that the first thing you should have done? My learned Nipponese friend is falsely incensed.
How's he learned? What? Bro, this guy is still hella sketch for no reason.
The inspector said Scotland Yard was unable to examine the tea, not that it was overlooked. Unable? Why? That's simple enough. There was none left, not a drop. Someone must have been very thirsty indeed. With current scientific techniques, it's not possible to test for poison under such circumstances. We only need a drop, but that one drop does actually have to exist, funnily enough. The lack of examination notwithstanding, it appears nothing other than the tea passed the victim's lips on the night in question.
Is that a different racist
No,
dude?
that's the same one.
There's been a lot of racism. By the way, if you missed it, I did give a disclaimer earlier about the isms in this game. It does take place in the late 1800s, early 1900s.
I see. Thank you. The matter is clear.
Cast your eyes over the jury, my learned friend. What? You can
What's some voicey? Okay, I remember those two.
you can see it in their faces, I'm sure, the recognition of the accused's guilt. Shoutouts to the 9 viewers, appreciate y'all. Your client's fate is all but sealed. In mere moments from now, you will lose, and your compatriot will be damned for all eternity.
I feel like we've been here before.
He's right. I can feel all 6 of the jurors looking daggers at me. Damn! But I can't let them beat me down. I won't. Counsel for the defense, proceed with your big cross-examination. Yes, my lord.
Oh, great.
Oh, this was stuff we already read, so we don't have to read.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, we don't gotta read.
No,
that.
because doing the I give him like Funimation Vegeta voice, Chris Sabat.
Yeah.
So it hurts my lungs.
Honestly, yeah, voice. Doing this for hours, bro, it really takes a toll, bro.
That's why they drink tea. Tea actually helps.
Oh, that's true. Mata! Were you and your neighbor good friends then?
Oh no! We were never friends! Not at all! Not at all! Oh, that was actually pretty good. That was 10. Oh, beautiful. Never, ever!
A simple no would have sufficed.
Right?
Jesus Christ. Then, why did you decide to pay him a visit?
Mr. Shakespeare fancies himself as having a great literary knowledge. As a fellow scholar of English literature myself, we find much to talk about together.
Come now, no Nipponese could understand the finer points of English literature.
That's really racist, bro. What the fuck? And on the night in question, that was the topic of conversation as well, I presume.
It was the day of my last trial when I was acquitted. I would just arrive back in my lodgings. When I ran into Mr. Shakespeare outside on the streets. That was at around 6 o'clock. We exchanged one or two pleasantries, but it soon turned to a heated discussion. He was on his way out at the time, though. So I promised to visit his room, but that evening at 9 to continue our debate. But I did have ill intentions. No, I'm doing it on purpose, Jay, because he's like freaking out and shit. No, not one, not two, not any, not at all. Never, ever.
A simple no would have sufficed.
Then tell the court what did happen when you visited the victim's room.
Oh, I murdered his ass.
Okay. A literary debate about Shakespeare's work, I think you said, didn't you?
Shakespeare? Ah, a very worthy topic of conversation, I must say.
Yes, my lord. Romeo and Juliet, who was stronger? It was profoundly pleasurable parley.
Romeo and Juliet?
Ah, jeez.
Who was stronger?
I know I'm going to regret asking this, but how did the debate go?
Well, we both agreed that we would reach a conclusion more quickly with a reenactment. So we battled it out in a Greco-Roman style, naturally.
What?
Mr. Shakespeare had all sorts of costumes in his room for such a contest.
So, when you say a reenactment, you mean you were actually in costume?
He as Romeo, I was Juliet, and after a vigorous, wild tussle,
Let him say like, bro. Watch him say like they just started fucking, bro.
oh my lord, we got pegged this time.
He was blowing my back out. Like,
Oh!
Oh shit, I'm getting pegged.
Jesus Christ!
I as Juliet, came out on top. A victory cherished forever.
I wonder when he was dressed as Juliet, like somebody. This is getting sus.
It really is.
I thought you knew.
I thought you knew. I thought you knew.
Oh, that's oh my lord. I wonder who's getting milked.
I dare not imagine the terrible scene of carnage. The fact remains that it was you who prepared the tea and took it to the victim, correct?
Oh jeez. I boiled the water in my room and made a pot to take with me. I would hear that he was too poor to have tea himself, you see.
It's true. There was no sign of any tea leaves in the man's room.
I wanted to do something nice, to be friendly. So why is everyone looking at me with such suspicion? Suspicion! Jeez, I can't even say with a voice. My tea was harmless! Of course it was!
And do you have
massive shit?
do you have any basis for that statement, witness?
Nope.
My tea was completely harmless. You couldn't have locked the door behind me otherwise. Do I have anything in my court record?
Oh geez, someone dropped the soap. That's how the backs were blowed.
Oh my god. Whoever opened this envelope didn't bother with a letter opener or scissors, did they? Yes, whoever opened it was clearly someone with an unrefined temperament. And judging from the angle of the rip here, the person in question must have been right-handed. Mr. Sato, I think perhaps someone's been reading too much of the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. You can never read too much of it, Mr. Naruhodo. Never! Dun, dun, dun.
Oh great.
Yes, there was not a drop of tea left in the victim's room anywhere, was there? That's correct. Anyone would think the fellow had never had a pot of tea before. He must have licked it dry. Which is a pity, because one drop is all we would have needed to analyze it for poison. And you say that you returned home to your room at 11 o'clock, Mr. Natsume.
Yes, definitely. My heaven and earth, I swear it.
The landlord was able to verify that, as it happens. He confirmed that the defendant went back to his room at 11 at night. And how was that landlord able to attest to this? He, said it was the lamps, I believe. The lamps, Inspector.
When tenants return to their rooms and start using gas, the lamps in other parts of their house flicker. Yes, Mr. Gardepp seems to pay a lot of attention to the comings and goings of his tenants.
Oh jeez. Okay. There's only one key to Mr. Champier's room, and I know that for certain. So he must have locked the door himself from inside his room.
The victim has confirmed that to be the case, yes.
So I'm right. My tea was harmless, completely harmless. If you take poison, you die. Everybody knows that.
It's not that simple, I'm afraid.
What do you mean?
Strychnine takes some time to have an effect on the body. People don't.
Don't ask me to pronounce it.
I have no idea how to say that word. How long does it take for symptoms to appear then?
According to the coroner I was speaking to at the yard, about 30 minutes after the poison's consumed. Then the victim suffers violent convulsions, cramping, and stiffness, and eventually dies from asphyxiation.
Wow. So they choked to death. So there's a 30-minute interval between when the poison is ingested and the onset of symptoms. There seems to be a lot of different types of poison in the world, that's for sure. Oh dear, death by poisoning again. It's always so awful. 30 minutes.
Strychnine. I think that's how you pronounce it. That's what Richard said.
It's pronounced strychnine. Oh! Thank you, Richard.
30 minutes is a long time. Certainly long enough for the victim to have locked the door behind the accused after he left.
You can't deny that. And it further degrades Soseki-san's alibi.
I have the medical report from the doctor who examined the victim here, my lord. It spells it out, really. The accused is the only one who could have done it. Very well, the court will add this report to the court record as evidence.
Oh yes, I see it here. Delayed onset of symptoms. Great. Let me see. Victim, William Shakespeare, 31. Cause of coma, ingestion of small quantity of strychnine. Toxic effects present 30 minutes after ingestion. Highly likelihood of the substance to have been mixed with the tea of the victim. Ingestative conclusions. The poisoning incident occurred at around 1:30 a.m. on February 21st of February. Assessed from the victim's pocket watch, that appears to have broken when the man collapsed after the delayed onset of symptoms. No container for the poison was found at the scene. 1:30 a.m. Oh, it's right here. He went home. He went back home at around 11, but it says right here that the incident occurred at 1:30. So that's an inconsistency. So hopefully this is right, or else I'm really dumb. Let's go! Mr. Natsumi, you say it was 11 p.m. when you left to return to your room, correct?
Yes.
And Inspector Gregson, can we rely on the information in the medical report unconditionally?
Of course we can. There's no problem with that report, Sunshine.
Actually, I think there's a very big problem. Because there's a chronological inconsistency between it and the defendant's testimony.
A chrono what? What do you want about?
Oh, did he spook?
According to this report, the victim must have consumed the poison at around 1:30 in the morning. And yet, the defendant, Mr. Natsumi, left the victim's room at 11. Yes, that's right. There's more than 2 hours of missing time there. In other words, if there was poison in the tea that Mr. Natsumi brought to the victim's room, how could the victim have fallen ill to it 2.5 full hours before after the defendant left? They were in complete unison right there.
Wait, why is Natsume flipping out? That makes him sound more innocent. Because if he drank the poison at 1 and he left at 11, that means there's time between for someone else to fucking poison that shit, you know?
I just think that Natsume's like the kind of character that flips out about anything.
Everything. That's so dumb.
They doing the Harlem Shake?
I've not heard the Harlem Shake in ages.
The defendant's argument is entirely reasonable. How do you respond, Lord Van Zieks?
He's wrong still. I'm gonna break this glass, check it out. First I'm gonna drink one sip.
I don't think he'll break it this fast.
No, he's gonna break it, check it out. Oh, no! I thought he was about to throw it. No way, he's gonna throw it? Oh, damn.
Pray forgive the discourtesy if my mind has wandered.
Oh, I thought he was about to break it.
Oh, he's gonna do it!
I was considering what cuisine would best complement the contents of my hallowed chalice this luncheon.
This man was thinking about lunch.
I mean, I don't blame him.
How could it have happened, you ask?
Oh! This early? Damn.
I do hate to shatter illusions, but my Nipponese friend appears to be chasing a phantom idea.
Dog, we got evidence about 2 different time zones. I mean, 2 different times.
A phantom? Is it so hard to imagine that this victim drank his tea after the accused had left? For example, at the time stated in the medical report, yes, at around 1:30. Mr. Natsumi brought the tea with him to drink together with his neighbor. And in Japan, there is a well-known saying, drink tea while it's hot.
We're in the UK.
And in
See, I knew it.
And in my country, there is an even more apt saying.
There is nothing more refreshing than cold tea.
I feel that would be us.
The point is that if there is such a long gap, there may be other ways to explain how the victim came to be poisoned, other possibilities. What sort of possibilities, Counsel? I didn't think that far ahead.
Oh, shit, that would be me, realistically.
Well, for example, the man could have had another visitor.
There we go. See, that's what. Did I not just say that?
Another visitor. That's a very bold assertion, my learned friend, from someone who has nothing to substantiate it. Or, the victim could have taken the poison of his own volition. You suggest this may have been a suicide, Counsel?
Yeah, we fucking lost.
Mr. Shakespeare has categorically denied suicide. The idea can and must be discounted. But he could be lying.
Windows 95 is not loading.
There's something wrong, Lord Van Zieks.
Yes, actually, I told him to lie.
I was listening to the sound of the carriage pulling up outside the courtroom. Pray, forgive the discourtesy. Carriage? What carriage?
How he escaped.
It would seem that the key player in this case has just arrived.
Oh no!
Is it William Shakespeare, bro?
Oh crap, is that gonna be me?
I think that's you.
Oh well, that's gonna be me. So, Richard, who's the guy I need to...
Maximilian Pegasus?
Yeah, I'm gonna mute my mic 50 seconds so I can
He
hear
says
it.
shit like, Yogi boy.
Yeah, here you everybody. Actually, that might be...
Listen to his voice. It's very distinguishable. Very distinguishable. I didn't even think of doing that voice, Richard. That is hilarious. Fucking Maximilian Pegasus. Well,
He sounds like James! He sounds like James from what's it called? Yes, Courtesy. Oh yeah, that's perfect.
oh, from Pokemon?
Yeah, he sounds like James.
I'm afraid that's the best move that I could come up with.
That's the best move I could come up with.
Okay.
Okay, so everybody, I'm here with my new voice, William Shakespeare. So I'm ready to sell my body for money.
Shut the fuck up. Go ahead and read the line.
Out of a brief candle, life but a walking shadow.
Oh.
A poorly player that stunts the fruits of his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more.
Oh.
It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.
Richard said the legend has arrived. The absolute legend himself. Oh my
It is
God.
me.
Jesus Christ. Who, sir, are you?
The one and only William Shakespeare, my lord. At last, I was undone by these bitter events. I am the victim.
What? What's he doing here? Shouldn't he be in a play right now? The prosecution seeks to call this gentleman to the stand. With his testimony, my learned friend's futile resistance will be utterly crushed. You're calling him as a witness? Very well, counsel, I grant your request with interest. I'm curious to discover what the court shall hear from the victim himself. Oh my god. His fucking animations.
Happy, I am Shakespeare, to regale thee with my tale of woe, my lord. But I still have my own tale to tell. My own tale of the war's woes. I can regale the court with a tale of my perfect innocent in a perfect English.
Drink some tea, sir.
I know. I'm trying to get water.
Yeah, I got some water with me right here.
Yeah.
I need to drink some. That will do, Mr. Natsumi. Let the court now hear from the victim. Another cross-examination. Or testimony. Who the fuck is this guy? Alright, so that's Mr. Shamspear. But who's that other man beside him? He looks like the third Wario brother.
He looks like the fourth warrior.
Yes, I feel sure that we've caught a glimpse of that man before. State your names and occupations for the court, please, witnesses.
I got water just in time.
He was also on the first
So
game.
better. Okay. A writer of the worlds so sweet. They do scent the breeze. An inventor of ideas so profound. They composed the earth. The unrivaled poet. The unmatched scribe. William Shakespeare. That's me, but without the K. Were the great bard to recall to life anew. Lo, what a magnificent man. Good fellows, I am he who ponders such a miracle. William Shakespeare, the fraudulent Shakespeare.
Meterman. I guess like.
Lucky. Oh no. The name is Meterman.
Okay.
A drawn B. Meterman.
Oh.
I work for Alom, a gas company East End branch office.
Ah, I remember now. It was yesterday on Briar Road.
Oh yes.
That's me.
Oh fuck me. That was so misleading.
Oh yes, she's right. It's him. Richard said he was also in the first game. Oh yeah, very briefly.
How convenient.
What's that man doing over there? Looks like he's trying to see into Soseki-san's lodgings. Is something wrong, Mr. Naruhodo? Excuse me, could we have a word? Fucking
Damn, that warrior said no.
Wario back in the late 1800s, bro.
He said, look, it's me, Wario.
It's a Yeah, we spotted him outside Mr. Garadev's house that morning. And he's a gas company employee? What does he have to do with this case? So, Mr. William Shamspear, you are the victim in this miserable affair, correct?
Oh, so better. Oh, heavenly, oh hell, do you command me to remember that sweet poison that did cross me, that crossed mine innocent lips?
I subpoenaed him for the trial, with his doctor's permission, naturally. Hearing the testimony of the aggrieved will remove any room for doubt from the jurors' minds, I'm sure.
Behold, you have only to rearrange the letters of my name to see that Misa Sephira, an angel indeed. Thus be I noble of mind, sweet of nature, verily honest of heart, as all heavenly angels be.
Because there isn't a less contrived meaning in your name? No, not at all. The jurors seem to be very moved by this man, I'm afraid. They're actually taking this serif anagram idea seriously?
Thank you, witnesses, for your illuminating introductions.
But my lord, what's the man next to Mr. Shamsbury doing here? The gas man, I mean.
What? Me? Well now?
Allow me to enlighten my learned friend. You recall, I presume, your earlier impertinence? When you suggested that the victim had another visitor to his room on the night in question, and moreover, that the victim is a compulsive liar. What? No, I didn't quite say that. This young chin stroker is... chin stroker? What the hell? This young chin stroker is here to controvert your wild claims conclusively. Is that not so, Mr. Meter Man?
Hang on, no. I'm just here.
I hereby call your formal testimonies. You will tell the court as lucidly as possible what happened on the night in question.
You got poisoned.
End of discussion.
One may smile and be a villain.
He said it.
And yes, it doth pain me, but let the truth be spoken. The truth of the witchery night of my discontent.
He really likes his shit.
Is it me? The snow lay about. My neighbors then cometh in the evening, bearing a gift of tea. But merry bitter was his drink, and when he left, I did fall prostrate on my table. 'Twas the tea alone that passed the lips that at late hour, and naught else. I was outside this broke window in the freezing cold all night, keeping an eye on this room. No one else visited his room, but that short little round back Eastern fella. Ooh.
Damn. Jesus. Wait, what did you say? You were keeping an eye on Mr. Shamsbury's room all night?
That's right. Of course, the broke's window, but is all but blocked up, isn't it? But there's a little gap in the bricks where you can see into the room. So I spent the night trying to keep my teeth from chattering as I peered through a net.
The question is, sir, why?
Oh, Jesus. Jesus.
Well, now that's because he's on my list to murder.
Murder. New background? Yeah. For a little while now.
I think I have to go. I'm getting like 10 phone calls from my mother. I'm assuming I'm gonna be busy.
Oh, for sure. I
can go from here.
Yeah,
I
can finish out the stream. Thank you, Will.
All right. Yeah, let me know when you're gonna live stream again so I can make plans so I'm not bothered by everybody.
Okay, for sure.
'Cause I love doing this. I love making voices.
Yeah.
Have a good stream, George.
Oh, thank you, bro. Appreciate you.
I'll be lurking. Make sure my volume's at least at 1% so you get the viewership.
Alright, thanks, bro. Peace. Alright. I'll keep going for a little bit longer. I actually went longer than I originally planned to, but fuck it, bro.
Well, now that's because he's on my list. What a piece of work is a man. Wherefore, wouldst thou not share in wonderment?
What are you talking about?
This buzzing busybody hath not part in this play. Yugi, I pray thee pay him no mind, pay him no heed, make no more ado about his tedious work. What'd you say about me? Calm yourself. This court is concerned with what happened on the night in question. Nothing more. Indeed, that is so. Well, as the testimony we have just heard clearly reveals, there was no one other than the accused present at the time who could have carried out this crime. Well, I believe this may be the final testimony of the trial. Now, counsel, the defense may proceed with the cross-examination. Yes, my lord. Wintry night of my discontent. Bearing a gift, Nothing sticks out to me. To be clear, by neighbor, you are referring to the defendant, Mr. Natsume. Oh, indeed, sire. Perchance thou wouldst that I call him the man from upstairs? And what time did the mustachioed Nipponese visit you in your room? Our meeting was promised for the hour of 9, and lo, did he come to tender a gift of fragrant tea. Details which are in accordance with the defendant's own testimony, yes? And we were broiled in such a literary debate as history hath not seen before. By which I presume he means their discussion about who was stronger, Romeo or Juliet. I, Shakespeare, did play the part of young Romeo, whilst my neighbor played the fair Juliet. Each of us dressed as would our characters be, to bring weight upon our merry experiment. The original cosplayers, bro. If cosplaying was a huge thing back then, bro, you'd see a lot of fat Juliets, bro. I'm just saying. I dare not imagine the scene. Frailty, thy name is woman. Canst thou imagine how dismayed I was? Yes, I had heard of the eastern art of jujitsu, but ne'er did I dream 'twould be a skill practiced by the comely maiden. Comely maiden. Juliet beat Romeo up? This is not helping her case. I believe the court has heard enough about your earth-shattering literary debate. Perhaps you could reiterate your statement about the tea that the accused brought to your room. My liege, I am thy servant. Gladly I would do thy bidding. I want to know more about this. So, you didn't have any kind of evening meal, dinner, supper? Ha! Fie on luxury, fie on gluttony. To eat thrice daily is but a waste of time. Sorry? Oh, whoops. I would that my belly were full, no more oft than the sun doth rise. Well, most heroic eating habits, I must say. Night and day do I fill my hours with learned study of the great bard and playwright. Hence, it is that there doth not in my chamber be than the costumes of mine art. That would appear to be the case, as even a rodent was found starved to death in your room. Damn. Even the rats are starving, bro? Jesus Christ. Now that I think of it, it's not just food that was conspicuously missing from that room, is it? I don't recall seeing a single player script anywhere. For I have devoured them all. You've
eaten them? Every word be within my skull. Didst thou imagine otherwise? Right. That wasn't misleading at all. Now, could you turn around, do you think? Which brings us to the conclusion that the only way the poison could have passed the victim's lips is in the tea. Now I was outside the bloke's window in the freezing cold all night, keeping an eye on his room. This one? But the windows of that house have all been filled. A historical artifact of the now defunct window tax. Yeah, you're right there. All bricked up horribly. But as it happens, there's a little part of the brickwork that at the bottom corner that's been opened up. I was looking in through that gap. Yes, there were a few bricks loose, weren't there? And for some strange reason, a couple of bars of soap lined up on the ledge outside as well. I don't like going around poking my chin in other people's business, especially on freezing cold nights. But them's my orders. That's what I'll keep doing. As long as there's breath in my body. Damn, this man devoted. What's with all the theatricals today? Out of interest, Mr. Meterman, after the accused had left and returned to his own lodgings, did you see the victim leave the room at all? No, he never left. He was in that room the whole time as far as I'm concerned. And we can therefore discount the possibility of suicide. How can you be sure of that? The police carried out a thorough investigation of the scene and found no receptacle for the poison. And since we know the victim didn't leave his room, and hence didn't dispose of the poison's container himself, it's clear that this was no attempted suicide. Only the culprit could have removed this receptacle. Ah, yes. Lucidly explained, counsel. Thank you. Really was. You can't argue with that logic. You say a short little round-backed Eastern fella, but you can't be sure it was the defendant, right? How many other short little round-backed Nipponese with a mustache do you think there are in London? Damn, bro, chill. Well, of course, it's only an hour gap, and it was quite dark, so I didn't notice the mustache. But he showed up at around 9, so I'm pretty sure of it myself. And when the person you saw arrived, did he and Mr. Shakespeare drink tea together? Nah, sorry, I couldn't say. Why not? Because I couldn't see into the room all that well, now could I? But what I did see was the silhouette of that little round-backed fella wearing a pretty dress. Then the pair of them started some kind of wrestling match. I'll tell you, I didn't know what to make of it. I suppose that was the Romeo and Juliet championship battle getting underway. Mr. Meterman, allow me to confirm one final time. Apart from the accused, can you state with certainty that no one else visited the victim on the night in question? No question. Guess man's honor. That's the entire testimony. What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Well, I can't see any obvious holes at all, to be honest. No. Oh dear. If nobody else visited Mr. Shakespeare's room that night apart from Mr. Natsumi, I imagine the members of the jury will all conclude the same thing. Right, that he's guilty. Well, all we can do is press these witnesses for more information and hope for a breakthrough. Yes! Let me stop you there. Mr. Natsumi left your room at 11 o'clock, but it wasn't until after 2 that the poison made you collapse. That amounts to more than 3 hours of missing time. What the fuck? What is he doing? If the defendant really put the poison into your tea, that 3-hour window of time is something you are going to have to explain. Gladly, 'tis an easy task. What? I did drink of the tea, not while my guest did tarry, but after he took leave of me. Faith, 'twas stone cold, but at 1 hour post midnight, verily were my lips parched. That doesn't sound normal. Does he look normal, bro? Nay, 'tis quite ordinary, sire, after all. Thou wouldst recall our fiery debate. Amidst such argument, there is no time for fiery tea. Romeo and Juliet again. Oh, what'd he say? Ah, shit. And who was stronger? Oh, okay. Mr. Shamspeare, in summary, allow me to confirm. Did you not come here with the intention of naming your attacker? What, of course, my liege. 'Twas the stooped lover of words did attempt to shuffle me off this mortal coil. Ugh, we all know what that means. I'm assuming Natsumi. Oh, shit! My lord! Goodness me. Yes, Mr. Foreman. I've kept my mouth shut and listened up to now, but this has gone on long enough. Are you all with me? Yes! Damn, bro. Are we to understand that you, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, are in agreement with one another? That you've reached a unanimous decision? Too right we have. Are you all with me? Yes, damn. Wait, no. The defense is in the middle of a cross-examination. To be honest, I was holding out for a bit of hope for you, young man. Especially after you identified those few hours that followed the accused leaving the victim's house. Yes, the 3 missing hours, as you put it. But in the end, what difference do they make? None, as far as I can see. And since that's now apparent, there's really no reason to delay our decision any longer. Like I was saying before, if I don't take a 5-bob home with me tonight, the missus will blow her top. What's that? I didn't quite catch what you said. I didn't quite catch what you said. Very well. Let the court be appraised of your decisions. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will state your leanings as to the defendant's culpability. Yuzai!
Yuzai! Yuzai! Yuzai!
Yuzai! Yuzai! Yuzai! Yuzai!
Damn. Already, bro? We already at the guilty? Everybody unanimously was like, fuck this, fuck Natsumi. Soseki Natsumi, bro. God, all of you? Damn. Well, it would appear that the jury is indeed unanimous. So, this time at least, it seems justice will be done. All's well that ends well, as they say. This calls for a toast, I feel. To the guilty being punished. Ugh. Damn. Get out, Mr. Naruhodo, please! The trial isn't over yet. What do you mean, Miss Susato? What about the information I found in this encyclopedia of British law I have? That obscure right that belongs to the defense in these situations, remember? He literally did it yesterday, or 2 days ago. A summation examination. Yeah, that's right. We don't have a jury in Japanese courts, of course. But here in British court of law, if we can reverse the decisions of a majority of the jurors, we can force the trial to continue. This trial can't end now. Whatever it takes, I just can't let that happen.
The defense moves to invoke its right to a summation examination, my lord.
Why am I not surprised at my learned Nipponese friend's inability to admit defeat? You choose to cling desperately to some archaic rule you barely comprehend instead of accepting the truth. Certainly no other defense counselor in recent times has exercised the right to a summation examination. Because they all know that once the jury's mind is set, it cannot be altered. Nevertheless, the right remains and must be upheld. The defense counsel's request is granted. This court will proceed with a summation examination, as outlined in the Encyclopedia of British Law. Thank you, my lord. Are you and your fellows prepared, Mr. Foreman? Believe me, my lord, we all know about this young lad's tenacity. And we're ready for it. Alright, bro. What's up? Very well. In that case, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I hereby call upon each of you to state the grounds upon which you find the defendant guilty of the crime for which he stands accused. Whew. Judicial findings. Ah, man. You know what? I think I'm gonna end it here. I've been going for like 3 hours and 40 minutes. Jesus. I'm gonna go ahead and save. Good shit, bro. Appreciate you, Jay. I don't know how long, much more of this trial I have. Hopefully I can get through it tomorrow. We'll see, though. Now play COD with me. It only gets better from here. I've been enjoying this case too. Is especially fucking William Shakespeare, bro. But yeah, I'll see if I can finish. I think the trial is 2 days. Okay, so I'll probably have to do a couple more days. But yeah, I'm really loving getting back into Great Ace Attorney 2. The music obviously is amazing. My dick is hard, bro. Oh my goodness. I love the isms, bro. Chill out, bro. Chill out, bro. Trial 3 is insane. I know you said like when it hits Trial 3, like it's just some crazy shit, bro. But I appreciate everybody coming through. Whoever hosted, apparently like the hosting isn't working on Twitch or some shit. I don't know. But I appreciate everybody who came through. Damn, that Jay said, damn, that transition screen got my my cock doodle doing. That'll forever be on the VOD, bro. It's on the ending screen forever, bro. It's right there for everybody to see. But I appreciate you. I appreciate Jay, Richard, D-Rail, Alex, Prez. Who am I missing? William, obviously. Shinobu. Everybody who came through. I appreciate y'all. D-Rail about to stream in like 20 minutes. Go over to his channel. I'm sure everybody here is already following him. He's gonna make his comeback. Time for Mario Kart Mondays. And yeah, bro. Hopefully, I'll be back to. Most likely, I'll be back tomorrow, same time, 1 p.m. around that time. And yeah, appreciate y'all coming through. Appreciate all the love, all the likes and retweets. And you excited for the Sonic Centrals? I saw that on Discord when I was going through it. Oh shit. Where was it? Oh yeah, Sonic Central tomorrow at 9 a.m. Tune in for a sneak peek at some of our upcoming projects, partnerships, and events happening in 2022. I can't wait for the Sonic NFTs, bro. Sonic NFT, Sonic Frontiers extended gameplay, bro. Jay says Sonic Frontiers Game of the Year. Damn. I can't wait to see all the disappointed faces tomorrow, bro. But you never know. Hey, you know what? Even though I don't like Sonic, bro, there's always that small chance that they might have some crazy stuff at the Sonic Central tomorrow. You never know. They won't have shit. Accept disappointment. They'll have that in abundance. Or get bodied by Clueless in Persona 4 Ultimate. But anyways, guys, damn, this ain't been going on too long. But appreciate y'all coming through, and I will see you guys next time. Peace!